Welcome, everyone, to the Classic Life podcast. I'm here with my boy Crix again, as always, my co-host. And today we've got a lot to cover. Tier 6 finally came out, and we're not necessarily a whole week in, but like basically we've had a full lockout. The Race to World First has happened. A lot of things has happened recently. There's a lot of PvP changes. The hardcore community had their Road to Ragnaros, which is actually awesome, and they're kind of continuing. So we're going to see what's going on there, but there's a lot to talk about. Welcome back, Crix. Glad we could always do this together. This is a super fun episode that we've got looking forward to.
How you doing, brother? I'm excited.
I'm doing well. How has, you were mentioning it a little bit before, but how's so far your first week of tier 5 raids, tier 6 raids? Oh my gosh.
First week went really good. We didn't get placement as much as we wanted. We wanted top 10 and did not get top 10. Got 19th. But we had a good run, good start. We started really strong and didn't have any problems at all. Actually, we're being really impressive, and I was very proud of them. And then it just crumbled, I guess. Illidan at the very end of the raid, we were just absolutely, I'm talking no issues pretty much the whole way. And then 16% of Illidan, a couple people fucked up. And actually what happened was we double lusted phase 2, which is fine. But another one of our wrestler shamans accidentally lusted as well, which put us, so we blew 3 lusts. Yeah. And phase 2, and he did it at the end. It wasn't just the worst time to do it on accident. He claimed it was accident, and then it made us fall behind for the Zerg phase, and then he ended up clapping out like 8 people. And then when trap phase came, people just were panicking and didn't know how to use it. Literally didn't know how to use the trap. How do you use the trap? Like yelling that, like it's crazy. It's mind blowing to me. Yeah. And then we wiped the second time because everyone's fucking yelling at each other, and then boom, got it the third time. So it was pretty upsetting, but it was a lot of fun.
Big setback.
Yeah. I'm excited for speed. I'm actually, and you'll love to hear this, but I'm really excited for speedruns.
Finally, dude. Yeah, honestly, that's like forever. You're like, dude, I don't care about speedruns at all. I hate speedruns. I don't think they're going to be fun. It's so dumb that we do this, but whatever. And now you're like, this could be fun.
Yeah. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think seeing Prague gave me higher hopes for it, is what it was too. Like seeing how well that we were doing at first, and I was like, oh, as we're clearing it and pretty much no issues. I think side note, it's kind of funny here, but one of our Warlocks died. He got the first air burst and he died, and he's like trying to figure out. He's like, I swore I pressed my macro and I even saw the GCD and everything, and it turns out he fucking soul shattered because it's the same icon as the Tear of the Goddess. So I went to the replay and he gets knocked in the air with air burst, and then he soul shatters before he hits the ground and dies.
Yeah. I actually wiped my raid yesterday with a air burst because
did you?
Yeah, somebody got the debuff on them, and I run away from them and they run directly towards me and hit me and another person. And so instantly I'm like, in my head I was like, oh my god. So I start typing towards them. I'm like, why did you do this? And then as I'm falling, I'm like, oh, and I start hitting my keybind, but it's just going into the typing.
Oh no. Yeah, dude. Archimonde's one of my favorite fights.
So,
I've never seen that in the beginning. I love Archimonde, bro, because there's a lot of shit going on there. I was just saying earlier, I actually 100 parsed that fight, and I'm very glad I did, because I think that is one of the most number one RNG fights in the world for trying to get a parse. If you think about it, you got to not get fire, watch your fear on the fire without wasting too much time not casting and moving from the fire, right?
Yeah,
and then moving back to a comfortable spot, not getting air burst, not getting hit by air burst, and if you do get it, you got to air burst, not get fear when you get up. So many things attribute to trying to parse on that fight, so I'm like super happy I got that out of the way.
You knocked out the 1 hundo, dude?
Because I'm not going to get another one probably at all, but I'll take it.
The week 1 hundo, I'm just like,
so far I got 100 on Curator week 1, and that's it.
Dude, now you have the dude, that's a good one. Getting a hundo on any last boss is always like an effort, and there's a lot of RNG.
Yeah, a lot of things that you can personally get hit with, and now I probably will get hit with everything, probably. But
yeah, but you're like, you never have to care. It's like,
because that fight is if you're good at that fight, you get that's a big placement fight. Yeah, that is a lot. It's RNG as well, but it's big placement fight because people always want to zug, but they don't want to take that extra 2 steps when they see they're moving too close to somebody, and they go, oh, the airburst might not hit me, I'm not going to move. But then it does when you really could have just took 2 steps. Yeah. And then, I one global tap during it or whatever, and then kept pumping. So that's pretty cool.
And then also, like, you have to move a lot on that fight to get away from other people moving. People love to stack. People, for some reason, love to stack on that fight, and they'll stack right next to you, and, like, then that means you have to move because you have to be the proactive person, or else you're all gonna get hit, and then Lottie will rage, or whoever your raid leader will rage.
I just love that fight. You know, one person dies, it almost cascades. You literally pretty much. We had 3 deaths on Archimonde in that fight, and we didn't wipe somehow. I don't know why. We got lucky.
3
the healers
deaths?
came. Yeah, the healers big dipped it. That Warlock died right away in the beginning, like the first airburst, and everybody was like at full health, so it was easy to survive, right? But then the other one happened, and I kind of was like, "Uh-oh, we're gonna fucking. Well, this is it." I knew it was getting too good to be true. We were going too fast. Something happened, and then they out healed that, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It was just lucky on the soul charge. We got super lucky on the soul charges.
Yeah.
You know, we definitely could have done trash a little bit. There's a lot of things that we could have did a little bit. I'm gonna do a little VOD review of it probably at some point on stream.
Did what was I gonna say? Did you guys have any issues like after that, like getting into the raid? Like on launch day, you guys didn't have any problems?
Not at all. Every single all 20 whatever of us were logged in, you know, hours before.
Yeah.
We were actually and then leading like an hour or two up until the raid, we were all outside of the portal, logged in, already ready to go, buffed up and all that, and they were not buffed up, but like hellstones and all that, but on the PTR practice running shit while we were waiting for it to open, and then we just all tabbed over when it came up and ran in there and zugged. Like the placement doesn't show how good. Like we were fucking pumping, bro. I was so mad about it. I was like, my whole time I'm doing it in my head, I'm like, I wasn't looking at chat much, but every now and then I'd glance at chat and they're like, oh damn, they're fucking pumping. I'm like, oh my god, yo. We're doing this, bro. Nobody's talking, just the raid leader's talking GM, and he's like, everybody's listening to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the worst part is afterwards, they're like, guys, yeah, dude.
Good job, guys. We did great.
Nah, bro.
19.
Nah, bro. Yeah, we did, which is fine, but it's like
better than I did.
I don't want that. We did great. I want that, bro. We did great, but you guys fucking shit the bed super, super fucking hard, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, losing that much time, you think you lost because you had 2 wipes on Illidan.
45 minutes. Look, trust me. 45 minutes is what we lost.
That's an insane amount of time on a race.
45 fucking minutes, bro.
Yeah. We it took us 26 minutes to enter the raid because there's a place in the realm that you can go to that will bug out the entire. It'll literally shut down the entire continent of Kalimdor. There's. I'm not going to say it because I've been instructed not to say it because it sends more griefers there.
Is this like known though? Is it like a known thing?
Yeah. It's a thing.
Is it reported or anything? Is it like a chain report?
Yep. No.
Oh.
Like the people. So you can go into a certain place in game, and if you get into that spot, it literally shuts down the entire realm. And so this is what people used to do with War Chief's Blessing Horde only against like Progress, where they would be like dropping like War Chief's Blessing or something, and they would shut down the whole realm. Like they would like literally shut down the whole continent of Kalimdor, and it just full restarts. World server goes down for the continent, and then you have to go back in. And this was happening. Oh, every time you got back in, every 30 seconds, it went down again. So like
that's crazy.
And if you try to like portal or teleport or something while it's happening, it'll just send you to your hearth. So like we were all like zoning into Mount Hyjal. Boom, everyone's hearth to Shadowmoon Valley. So like it was such a struggle to.
Someone came in and I was like, yo, how's Sarthe doing, bro? And like, bro, Salvager's not even in the raid yet. I was like, no, I know he's fucking tilted right now, bro. No way.
It was, I would say the race rule first for me was definitely a semi-triggering day. My internet went out.
At the end, I went over to you. Yeah, you looked infuriated when I entered your chat. You looked like just so frustrated. You weren't even there, and then you sat down and you just in your face. I was like, uh-oh.
My internet kept going out. My like I would say like a fourth of my raid team decided not to learn the strat. Unfortunately, we didn't really have any time to PTR, so we did 2 runs on the PTR, but they weren't even our full raid team. Like we probably have like 20 people on each of the runs, not all the same 20 people, but 20 people. And so then when we went into the real runs, a lot of people didn't like actually look up the strategies and like things like, oh, airburst, let me just airburst everybody. And you're just like, it was a cascading day of like things going wrong. And
you guys had fun though when you guys got in there and shit? Was it kind of evened out a little bit?
It evened out until we had some wipes. We had like a wipe on like, I want to say like on Anatheron or something, where like all of our healers stacked, and it just was like, and everybody is silenced, and we're dead, and it was like, oh, That was the first of the wipes, and then my internet went out right after Archimonde, so I missed Magentis and a little bit of Supremus, and then I missed Mother Shiraz because my internet went out again.
Damn. Yeah, you had big internet issues.
Yeah.
Well, you guys.
So.
I mean, you guys weren't racing though, right? That wasn't the intention.
No. We didn't go in with race. It was a rough day, but we cleared. We've cleared now. They just cleared it again for Sunday raid. So 3 times with the guild and the GDKPs on Illidan. So it's been fun, man. I love these raids. But Mount Hyjal wipes are definitely like the thing that like feels the worst. And as a Warlock, like it's actually super chill because you just sit there and seed, and it's. I just did first boss this morning for an attunement for my second Warlock, and like you literally can like zone out and just sit there and seed and be like, I just did 7k DPS on these pulls.
Mm-hmm. And there's so much other stuff in Mount Hydro Trash that you can actually do. I don't know if you were doing it, but there's so many other trinkets and min-maxy things you can do as a Warlock for seeding to make it just do some crazy shit, bro.
Dude, I just put on a crit set and the Vosh trinket, and I just did not hold back on seeding at all. This first time I saw a mob, I just seeded instantly.
There you go.
It was so
That's
chill.
nice.
Yeah.
People ask it like, I don't understand. They're like, yeah, I'm seeding just as much as you. I'm like, you got to seed early, bro. Like, trust your tanks. I'm not saying seed. Don't send the red seed. Be passing by him before the tank gets in there. But after you see a conk, throw the seed out. Throw one seed out, tab to another person, put another seed out, a couple seeds, and then tab again. You know, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of AOE. It's AOE heaven right now.
Yeah.
Shadow Bolt wise, you're kind of stuck.
Shadow priests are probably not having a good time. Our Ret Paladin now has a spell damage set, and he literally it's like a mage blade from Gruul, and like he's like in like full like cloth off pieces, and you just because of conk, because I guess Ret Paladin's cleave isn't that insane, so like it's just so heavy with cleave there, and so he just has a full spell damage set.
Yeah, I would. Have you done anything in there besides your hunter?
I've done two Warlocks now and 2 hunters. I have not done. We were talking about this earlier. But you're looking to PvP.
Oh yeah,
and that
I'm not looking. I'm in it. I've been. I guess good thing to touch on since we're here. I've been spamming BGs and nonstop slash played about 40 hours, probably 40, 50 hours in the past 3 or 4 streams. I might be a little over exaggerating, 30. And I've got an accumulation. I'm talking nonstop PMGs, nothing special. A mix of like maybe going with a couple homies, no pre-made, just either solo queuing or with a couple homies. And I've got like 50k honor. For anybody wondering how long that takes.
Dude, and so with the honor gains, the new honor gains, the increases, did you do any PvP before? Did you notice any PvP before, like any actual changes? Has anyone in the chat done any PvP now? And like, is it a lot more honor?
Yeah, it feels like double.
Thank you, Kung Fu.
It feels like it's double. I've done I farmed season 2 op pieces because I was going to PvP in season 2. Then I changed my mind because of the honor grind. I was like, oh, it is way too fucking long. But it's much easier because it's less than that too. It's also like the honor turn-ins you gain from the turning in one, a mark of each.
Yeah.
I have 900 honor or something like that. The dailies give you, the 2 dailies give you 1,000 each. They're Terracar, Hellfire ones.
Wait, you get 6 badges for, the daily gives you another 3 badges?
Mm-hmm. And then you turn it into the daily. You have a daily at your daily for BG. Then you have a daily at Terracar Forest. And you have a daily in Hellfire, 1,000 each.
Damn.
And each of you turn. It's crazy, bro. It's literally I'm hard farming honor, and it's fun. 2 people have fun. You got a little add-on called like DG kill shot, and every time I get a killing blow, it says like killing spree or whatever from like Halo back in the day, and it keeps going up and up and up. And I'm like deep destro one-shotting everybody with like 30.
Yeah, just hard pumping, dude.
Full PvE gear.
Yeah.
A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun.
Damn. Did you ever end up doing the pre-patch honor grind? Does anyone remember? That was like the most busted
I wish I did.
Honor grind ever.
I regret it. I regret not doing that almost immediately.
I remember literally when it happened. This is like so ridiculous, but like when it happened, I stopped stream and made it like a 3-minute video really fast, like midstream. I stopped stream, made a 3-minute video, put it on YouTube instantly, and I was like, do this now, because there's no way this is real. It's super busted. You guys have to start doing this. And I went back on stream, and I was legit farming on 4 characters at a time, because, you know, you could play all 4 characters in AV, guys. You know, you could totally do it.
Does Shane follow him? Oh, you can't follow anymore, yeah.
Yeah. And then I got honor cap on 4 characters in like 2 days. And then like I just kept playing because it was really fun. You know, for rogues, it was the most fun time like ever in Battlegrounds. As a rogue, it was like insane. A dagger rogue, you literally one-shot anyone. Anyone.
That's crazy. I feel like that someone said they should have let the honor games. That's a little bit too fast though, because then it's like, I like BGs. I think BGs are actually a lot of fun. I don't actually know why people hate them.
I don't know. There's not enough. A lot of fun, bro. Like, I think they used to be. I have so much fun in BGs, but like back in the day, remember how like the way we play the game is so different, right? Like people used to just play the game for enjoyment, and now I think most of the people play the game to get something out of it, right? So if you're not farming a specific honor piece, if you're not farming something specific, then you're like, why would I play BGs? What's the point? What do I get?
That's true. Yeah, good point. That's very good. I wish they had RBGs and everything, because I think those are pretty fun.
I almost like normal BGs more than RBGs, because RBGs get so try hard and like someone gets tilted. Do you do it in retail
That's
ever?
True. Oh yeah, I liked it though, because I was on that team that was, you know, if you have a good pre-made, good team, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Know? I like it a lot. I just kind of forgot how fun fun when PvP was, you know.
Dude,
I'm so wrapped up with PvE and PvE. I almost feel like there's a meta coming into WoW right now, and that's PvP, because season 3, a lot of people are coming back for it. The game itself, people have haste, armor pin. The game itself will be more fun in PvP. Glaives, skulls, whatever else.
The one thing, literally, I think the one thing that would fully drive people back to playing PvP, and I've said this so much, and please, Blizzard, dual spec. Just add dual spec to the game. There's no reason. It's not like a quality of life thing anymore that like it doesn't take away the aspect of this being a classic version of the game. It doesn't feel more classic now that I can't PvP, because back in the day, people would just raid in their PvP spec. No one fucking cared back then, right? True. Like, who cared then? So now we're like trying to min-max in the raiding, but then you need to min-max in PvP spec when you're actually PvPing. So like, it's totally different the way the game's played. If you could just allow us to do both, I think so many people wouldn't have quit the game. So many people would engage in PvP. Even
that's
casually.
A lot of gold. 100 gold back forth.
Yeah. My rogue, literally, that was the reason why I didn't PvP season 1 and season 2, really. Like, I hit 2K season 1, and then I just stopped. I literally just stopped, because it was like, then I had to like switch back to raid, and I was like, I have 500 gold on this server. It's not worth it. You know? Like, I feel like it's such a simple fix, and like, even like if they want to gate it with like some sort of gold dump, but like they've already dealt with, which we'll talk about in a minute, like the gold dumping situation. But like, if they just want to go back in the day, or did they want to make it a gold dump, make it like 1,000 gold to buy dual spec. Like, I don't care. What? Yeah. I don't need it on all my characters, just the characters I want to
100%
PvP on.
I would farm that gold out.
Yeah. Like, I don't really see, I personally don't really see a downside to dual spec. It costs 1,000 gold in Wrath. Just do that now. See, yeah, I personally don't see a big downside to dual spec, and I don't know if anyone does, because then it also opens up to like the aspect of right now we don't have anything like outside of raids. Like, what PvE do you do? Right? Is there anything you can do? I guess because you're a Warlock, yes, but like there's other classes that like could very easily be like, I kind of wish I could like tank some heroics or like help my friends out. You know,
well, different specs would be nice too. And I want to like, I have 40, 50 hours of spamming BGs, and I've been doing is, you know, Destro, then I have to go pay 50 to go switch specs, or sit there. What I've been doing is doing it all day, every day. I would go one full day in one spec and switch, but it'd be nice to be like, you know what, reversing the same team over and over again, this would be a better Destro one, or hey, this is Warsong, I'd rather be, you know, after this one and be able to switch into it. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Fuck dual spec. Just let me do what retail does. Just go to whatever spec you want. You know what I mean? So I feel like being.
But retail only has like a few Oh no,
Don't
no.
take the talents. Don't take the talents.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's what I was gonna say.
You
The
can just go,
talents.
hey, I want to be fucking subtlety for this one, and you just hard switch and do it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like at the beginning of like a battleground or something. Like I think like that is one of the few, or not few, but like one of the main quality of life changes that I think Blizzard did with retail that I think is like one of their biggest draws almost. Like you can play whatever you want whenever you want. There's no like hard, like, I don't know, barrier to entry. You're not stuck feeling like I have to play this way. Yeah.
And healers aren't absolutely fucked.
Yeah, healers.
They're
healers
spam
can't farm
smite
at
when
all.
they're farming. Yeah.
Dude, it's
You
so
can imagine
bad.
the rest of you talking shit and raids and just step aside. Let me tank that shit. Yeah, exactly. It would solve a lot of equations. You know, they're not going to add dual spec. We're just streamers, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, but I feel like
resto for some bosses. Yep. I think you'd have to be in an arrested area like 2 instead. That would make sense.
yeah, like hearth out. Go to your.
You
rest
don't have
area,
to though.
and
That's the
then
thing.
come
In Lich King, you don't have to. You just do it anywhere.
back. Wait, in Lich King, you can.
Yeah. At least on the private server I'm on, you can just do. I can do it wherever I want to. I don't have to be in an arrested area or anything. I can't like be in combat or nothing like that. But... Oh yeah, I'm literally switching in between bosses. I have one spec that's like hard mode spec where I have reach the extra 6 yards, and the other one I don't. I just swap back and forth.
Imagine the way to play every boss. Like survival hunters would out here be so excited because every boss you just be like, oh, it's a short boss, I go readiness, like, and I have 2 rapid fires, or like there's so many things you could switch up for each encounter. Like
you can go AoE spec.
Yeah,
I don't know Hunter's having one, but any class that has a bet, even Warlocks, our best AoE spec is not our spec that we are in raids on. So it would be cool to be able to go, ooh, let's build a proper seed spec with the seed set and pump even more. Mages too, I'm pretty sure they can do. Fuck mages, never mind. Probably just, they can probably do it in anything. They don't care. Don't they need arcane? They need icy veins though, right?
I'm not 100% sure. I think anything that reduces their GCD on Arcane Explosion is just insane, dude.
Imagine dual spec back in the day when you wanted to be Frost for heroics would be cool, or Karazhan. Ooh,
yeah.
There we go.
There's just I think there's so much utility that comes from adding. I think this is like the one biggest, personally, I've thought about it, like the one biggest missed opportunity. There's another thing I would really like to be in the game, but I don't really see a way of doing it optimally, and that would be like Mythic Plus. It's just so fun.
Dude, it's so fun. It's the best thing Blizzard ever added to their game.
Yeah.
It's the best thing Blizzard has ever fucking added to World of Warcraft.
It's
like, I say it. I'll say it. Because
You
Raids
only
run there
need-
from the beginning. I'll fucking say it, dude.
You only need literally 4 other people too, and then you can basically do like it's always challenging yourselves. And instead,
It's the
like
hardest content in the game.
yeah,
It's harder than cutting edge. Because you can get cutting edge. It's harder than cutting edge. I've got cutting edge many times, but I can't get a 30 key or whatever the proper key, zone is, because you can always literally, if you have the best comp, go a harder key. And you will get to a point where you literally cannot beat that unless you have a certain comp, right? And then if you have that comp, that has a ceiling as well. You will always hit a ceiling with Mythic Plus. So no matter what, it is the hardest content you can do that you can depend on 4 other people on, and that's it. And not 20. It's amazing. I can't.
And you can just like literally log on. That's what I like. That was like probably the most social aspect of any sort of like later years of WoW for me, was like I could just log on and like see what buddies are on and be like, yo, let's run some keys.
It's the best thing ever. I'd get off work and do the same thing, bro. I'd go out during work on Discord talking about it, and I'd get home and just spam some keys, man. And you don't have to do a lot.
Yeah.
The rewards, it'd be weird how they do the rewards. We know they can't really add it to TBC, but it'd be cool if they did like I was talking to my friend Abide about it, and we're big TBC guys.
Yeah.
And we know TBC is not as hyped as Classic was, and it's not as hyped as Lich King is going to be. And it kind of feels like TBC kind of flunked in some people's faces, kind of boring. But we love it, man. And I'm like, Seasons of Mastery for TBC, I think would be so much fun. Like if they changed these raids at all like they did for Classic, I would play the shit out of that.
Oh my god, yeah.
It'd be so much fun. I mean, fuck rules and mags, but try to remember like a Black Temple or even the T5 content, like a Karazhan switched up with new stuff. Anything that'd be cool.
I think Karazhan ended up being like a lot more fun than I had thought it would be, because like towards the end people started doing like speed runs in there, and there's a lot of like intriguing things you could do in speedruns. And that's actually what I think Mythic Plus quite literally is like a small team speedrun. Like that's what it is. And like coming up with different strategies, like if you jump on this little ledge, all of the mobs glitch and teleport directly to you, or like what can you skip with like
Trash.
A death skip or like an invis skip or anything. Like it literally is it like 100% is like a small speed run, and that's why I got so drawn into speedrunning in Classic. And now finally with Black Temple, I think we're finally going to see like some similar things with that. And I'm not sure if Warcraft Logs has released their official trash requirements yet, but that's going to change completely how things are done, what the trash requirements are.
Did they change it? I don't think so. I mean, have they said it yet? I don't think they did. Yeah,
I don't know if they have. Someone might have to correct me if they have already. But usually it takes like some tweaking and things. Like the very first ideal of the SSC trash requirements literally required you, like the first release ones required you to kill every single platform. Even like when you're headed towards either Leotheris or Morgrim, you had to go back the other way and kill all of the other platforms, which like that made no sense. But then also because of the way the raid is kind of set up, it also leads towards a pre-clear situation, unfortunately, for that one. But that's just like a example of like how they kind of do little iterations until they lock in on exactly what it should be. And I think they do a phenomenal job. They set it so that like you can push in certain areas, and then there's certain areas where you have to clear it. And with Black Temple, we can finally move towards actual like full clears of like, or like big pulls. And I think that's like where the meta will go, hopefully, where like you'll do like these crazy big pulls instead of like one by one. Literally, like the speed run of TBC so far has been like, who can kill the pull faster? Warlocks. Let's move. All right, to the next pull. Warlocks. Okay, to the next pull. Instead of like doing like a crazy like, can we grab all three of these and then pull them into the corner and then kill them before anything does like something that kills us, you know?
That's the fun shit.
Yeah.
I think T6 is going to bring a lot of speedrun content. A lot of people are talking about it too.
Yeah,
I'm just late to the party. Yeah. I had a good question. What was it? Oh, what about Mount Hyjal, bro? Can you get any high? Like, is that even possible to speedrun?
So
really?
you can but you can force waves to come faster, right? By like finishing the waves, and then like by obviously standing where the waves spawn, you reduce your overall time. Unfortunately, I don't think so, and I know for a fact, and I was talking with this with Jordy and with Drast. And with Laser in Progress when I was breaking down Progress's world first run. But like someone is going to claim the Mount Hyjal world record. Someone is going to start like promoting it. And then eventually the egos of the top guilds, which we all know every top guild, like we got like, everyone's got an ego. I say we, but whatever. It's going to happen. Then everyone else is going to be like, all right, I guess we're going to speed run Mount Hyjal. It's going to be so lame. It's going to be so lame.
I don't think you can, bro. I don't think anybody give a fuck about. I think the only people who are going to do that are the people who can't get a good speedrun time on Black Temple. So they go, hey, let's go do Mount Hyjal, bro. And then just like the Karazhan people, bro. They couldn't. You're the Karazhan people that would go get Karazhan claps out and brag about them.
But it was fun. Karazhan was actually like an actual speedrun.
Hyjal. Yeah, that's true.
Karazhan actually, like, you could, like, Karazhan. Literally, like I did like two runs, and it was fun actually. Like there's a lot of ways to min max speed in Karazhan. It actually felt kind of like a speed run, even though it's only 10 people. So like Karazhan actually, I would almost argue felt more like a speed run than Tempest Keep for sure. Yeah, just because there was
all
like
the stuff you can skip.
Yeah, there's a lot you could do, a lot of skips you could do, a lot of ways to like speed up, switching, like if you brought like swiftness of Zanza potions. And I love that like Progress utilized the Zanza pots from Classic. Like there's a lot of like little consumables or items that a lot of people kind of forget about or don't think about until someone uses them in a really unique way. But in general, like the swiftness of Zanza pot is like just extra speed.
We had to, that was on our progress. We had to use that too for Progress. And I didn't know where to get it. I knew it was on that island because I didn't play Classic. So yeah, I had the tokens. And then I went to the island by myself one day. I was like, okay. And I sat there and walked around the island and talked to everybody for like an hour. And so I get off. I was like, I'll just wait and ask stream tomorrow. And then I get off and ask stream. And I apparently talked to the guy wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Man. You can just set up like auto complete questy.
huge, bro. 20% speed.
Yeah.
Can you use them in BGs?
You can?
Can you?
Yeah, I assume so. I don't see a reason why not.
I'm gonna use that today on fucking.
There's so much. It's like if you ever watch like Perplexity in BGs or something, you'll see like there's so many items you can use in BGs and be crazy. Yeah, if you die, it's gone. But there's so many like little items, cheeky things you can absolutely
I'll go to
blast
the
away.
WCG weekend and just go run and spam.
But you can get 2 of them. You can pop one right away, and then you can pick one up, which was like, I mean, it doesn't really help because in BGs, if you die, that's just a second death, of course. But that was kind of what was happening. It was like back in the day, you used to pick up 2 of them and always be ready. And there's a Sheen of Zanza which reflects a spell, which can have like insane usages. Literally, it reflects. It reflects reflects the very first spell that hits you, and then I think the next ones are 3% chance. But like it's just when you pop it.
That sounds fun, bro. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
that sounds so fun in a BG.
Which I mean, imagine getting like not chaos bolted, but like is chaos bolted? Is there a deep destro spec that you could?
Yeah, not with Chaos Bolt though. Yeah, if you get an Incinerator or anything, a Soulfire or something.
Soulfire, yeah, blast it back into someone's face.
I've got so many Soulfires back me from Warriors, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Spider's asking a question. I'm curious what you think as someone who hasn't done a crazy amount of speedrunning, but with regards to speedrunning and the idea of pulling rather than cheesing, should they disallow the use of invisibility pots? What do you think for someone that hasn't necessarily been in the classic speedrunning scene for forever, obviously?
I mean, I don't really mind using them. It's just if it's more on, let me think. Well, that and like no missions too, like that too, right?
Yep.
No, it's not a big deal. It's once an hour, right? Pots on a 10-minute cooldown. I would say I hope they disallow it because I fucking hate not using a potion for other reasons. Like I have potions on cooldown for seeds. Like what? And I have a potion on. I had a invis potion on cooldown all prog pretty much. So like in Black Temple, and I hated that. So I hope I'd be down with that because I like using potions in other scenarios.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other than, it doesn't really super bug me, but yeah. I like the edginess of being sneaky and invisible and you're stealthing and sneaking past this guy and you got to do it at perfect timing. But at the same time, like I said, I like using potions for other things.
Yeah.
Indifferent, I guess. I don't know. I guess if I had to say, I'd say no.
Yeah. I think in general, what's happened more so is, at least from Warcraft Vlog's perspective, has always been they rule more towards clearing than skipping for the most part. And actually early on, like that's why actually the progress race, like the race to world first, is always actually one of the most interesting one, because that's the race where you will absolutely see the most skips.
No rules.
Everyone will go out of their way to quite literally skip as much trash as humanly possible. Mm-hmm. Like using hunter skips, using invis skips, using petri skips, paladin pole skips, whatever you can to have the raid run right by. And then in speedruns, there's been a transition, and I'd say it started in Black Temple with more Blackwing Lair with more trash requirements, because there was ways to skip a couple more trash than you used to. But like even in AQ, which I don't think you did much of
at all,
they really started requiring you to stop like doing like crazy pulls into a corner and then skipping by it. But instead, the way the speedrunning community actually dealt with it, I think it forced ingenuity, because the way we dealt with it was instead doing bigger pulls, which was like pulling like 5 packs at once and then just like with a Petri, which how it worked back then is you still had aggro on everything, and then you would all run in at the exact same time and then kill it before it starts killing you. And I think Black Temple is the first place in TBC that we can finally see stuff like that again, because the trash is per individual pack, the trash is less punishing, I'd say, than like SSC and TK. It dies quickly, and there's not like one mob that just like whirlwinds and kills you.
Yeah, I think that's a super agreement with that. The trash is much more forgiving. I say this a lot for demo pets, Warlock pets with demo too. Like it's chunky, like your dude lives, Yeah, Hunter, you're a hunter. How's your hunter pet? How's your pet living in trash?
Dude, people before Black Temple came out would always ask me, like, how does it feel when you break your tier 5? Because our tier 5 set heals our pet for some of our damage. And in all honesty, you don't notice the difference now that we're in tier 6, because your pet doesn't really take that much damage. Like, still, you do have to use Steam Tonks a little bit, like, but not an insane amount usually. And mostly it's like random fights, like Mother Shiraz can decide to clap it if it targets your pet with beam multiple times in a row and you don't get healed. Supremus will just literally turn around and womp your pet, and he can also over aggro during the fixate phase, which is like annoying, so you have to watch out for that. And then Illidan and Archimonde, like fire. And like if your tank doesn't watch for pet placements, you literally like there's times where you just like can't send your pet. You're just like, and that's actually something that I think separates a good main tank and a like it's a small thing, but like in a great main tank is always being aware of like all situational surroundings. I think it's something that like a lot of people take from Mythic Plus too, is like knowing where you can place something so that everyone can attack it. And pets are like probably the last thing on your mind, but being able to situationally always know also pets are in fire, let's move this here as well, I think like overall increases the DPS of your raid, and also just shows like what a great tank is. Sometimes I have tanks that are like very aware of that, and sometimes I have tanks that are completely ignore that, and you feel it as a hunter. But even outside of that, like the overall DPS of the raid increases, but you usually see the people that do that are really good at placing every mob always.
Yeah, we had a tank, our old Abide guy left. He would call out everybody's shit as a main tank. He could see pet. He'd call it at pets. All right, Chris, you're doing this. Why did you do this one? Hunter, why did you do this? Like I'm like, how are you seeing all this, bro? Like what?
Dude, tanks. A good tank has fucking eyes for everything. Like, it's crazy. I love it. That was like so. Touch back on like Mythic Plus really fast. Sorry for going back to that so much, but
I love it. Go keep it there.
But like that was my favorite actually aspect of it was tanking, because I would tank like these like 25, 26 keys, and you're just like one thing goes wrong, you're dead. You have to see like every single like little like AoE ability, because like one hit from that would kill you, but it also, if you let it hit one of your DPS, then it can kill them, and you're not going to get this pull down. So you have to like always be watching out for one, where you're tanking everything and how you're moving, not to pull extra things that you didn't mean to pull, and also that you're dodging things at all times and people can place where they want to be. And so Archimonde is the first fight in all of Classic, I think, that has any sort of resemblance of that. And like a good tank on Archimonde, I think every guild will feel the difference massively.
Huge.
Yeah.
Another thing about the Mythic Plus is the affixes, bro. We forgot about the affixes, though. That's what made them real kinky.
Yeah.
All the little like what are they, like almost things that change them? Buffing the trash damage, buffing the tyrannical, fortified.
Tyrannical and fortified, yeah.
All the little other affixes.
Everything. Yeah. Quaking, the most annoying, you know. Like that's an exact answer. Like or the volcanoes, where you just like are always dodging these volcanoes spawning, and there's all of them. Like you just are always moving around. It was just like, it's so fun. But I think Archimonde is the first fight now that feels a little bit like that, and I think now we're moving on towards more complex fights that I think are going to add a lot of fun to Classic and to the speedrunning in general.
Yeah, I really like Black Temple, so I think I'll like speedrunning it. Just if we could do it successfully. If it's something where we fail, I'm not gonna like it. Right? No one wants to fail.
I have all too much experience in failing speedruns.
As tilted I was on Prague at the Illidan thing, I don't know if I can take losing speedruns though. I fucking tilt hard. Stop tilting, yeah. But like that's I feel like if you practice something, it's less on the fact that we wipe, or I mean, if you mentioned a speed run, fucking it up and wiping, it's more on the fact that you spend hours practicing it. It's different if you don't practice it and you go and you fuck up, but if you spend hours practicing it, like we've as a guild killed Illidan a million times and no PTR on our own PTR, but fucked it up. That's what's irritating. It's like we've all known to watch out for this. Like it's baked in your fucking brain from practicing over and over again. That's what would make me mad about speedruns. Is we're gonna go practice it on however you practice them, and then someone's gonna fuck something up, and I'm gonna be like, dude, what? And the other part is that person's not gonna get kicked or removed or anything. He's in the next speedrun. And what if he messes up again? And then so it's just disheartening. If it's taken very serious by everybody to the point where if someone continually messes up, then they're not in the raid next time. Then yeah, I would love to do that. That sounds amazing. Because that's how you do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, but also everyone in a high octane like environment, someone makes mistakes. Like people make mistakes, and that was actually like that's the biggest flaw I think of TBC has to Classic is like world buffs. There was this real punishment for dying, where you'd always feel like if you died, if you made that mistake, one person died, they were basically out of the run. Like your DPS is like a fourth of what it would have been, unless you're Gnome Boy in Progress, because that guy's one of the best players in any situation, and he was able to like die in the first poll once in one of their world record runs and like be like fourth on overall or something. He's just insane though. That was crazy. But it's like you're pretty much out, right? And I think that would be cool if Blizzard had or even just implemented like one world buff, just the Darkmoon Fair, so it was a circus, so that like the speed runs were all once a month, you know, so everyone knows once a month to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm kind of cool with no speedruns, to be honest, though. But yeah, I mean, no world buffs. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say no world buffs.
Yeah, but like right now, there's no. Maybe I guess for me, it's just there's no stakes, right? There's no risks. If you wipe a speedrun, it's like, well, let's go again next week. Like you can easily go again next week. Yeah. Like, and every guild is. Yeah, exactly. Every guild is continuously going every week, right? Instead of there being like, there's like all of this hype built up towards like this is the run, you know, this is the speed run. If not, we have to literally wait another month, basically.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's much more punishing. I like that actually, because then that would make it so like, say I fuck up over and over again, then you might be like, yo, this dude just blew our entire fucking month of practicing. So like, you know, I would be on with that. It's
crazy. I mean, I loved it, and I miss Classic for that reason, and I love that. I know we're not going to get anything like that, and even with like Season Mastery, there's no world buffs, which like lost the draw for me. Which then I think actually can segue into, I think then we saw the resurgence or like the blow up of hardcore. It didn't really like come back from something, so it didn't really resurge, but like the blow up of the hardcore thing and the hardcore community really became a massive thing with Season of Mastery, since there's no world buffs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were doing it.
Road to Rag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I died level 56, 57. Yeah, Road to Rag is done, and I watched it. Cargos did a big casting event. You know, he had a shit ton of people in there watching it. It was the most watched and viewed event in Warcraft in years, I think they said, and it was nice, man. It was a lot of fun. Besides launches, obviously.
Yeah.
It looked fun to watch. I wasn't in it. Obviously, they were getting memed really hard for trash farming and killing 2 bosses and resetting. We waiting the next week, and then 4 bosses and going back and forth. And I think they saw like a little bit of people getting kind of burnt out. Okay, come on, do the raid, you know. So they say pull the trigger on it, and they do the raid, and they clapped the raid out. 2 people died on Ragnaros, and that's it.
Yeah,
nobody died the whole time. There wasn't one issue. It was so funny to watch because I'm Cargos' mod, so I would do predictions on each boss, and dude, the Doomers, it was insane how many Doomers there were. Almost every boss after Gar, or on starting on Gar, everybody would just be like, not everybody, but it would be like large deficiencies on Doomers, right? Just hoping they would die, and then you get the Domo, and it's 80% Doomers, and you get the Domo. It was just crazy to watch. And I had done MC because I quit in BWO. In Classic, so I've done a lot of fuck ton of MC. Actually speedrun it, you know, it was fun ish, and so I remember the bosses, and I remember which ones were hard, and even me, I was like, oh no, Domo's gonna be kind of crazy to see that Domo, and then they did it though,
pulled it off. Yeah,
2 people, bro, that's it. Blenderer or a Druid or a priest, I believe.
And that was their, like, I would say the world of like having stakes, right? Like it was exciting. People watched this because they wanted to see deaths, right? They wanted to see. If you're watching it, let's be realistic. You wanted to see a wipe. You wanted to. You did. If you were in the raid,
7 days played characters, bro. 15,
amazing
20+
work.
Days.
Yeah, if you were in the raid, amazing work from like Ompi, especially the raid leader. He's insane. Like just coordinated that so well. And like for them to go in to this new harder MC where like people are struggling even today on Season Mastery raids on, like, and to just have no deaths was such a good job. And it was awesome to see. But yeah, people love the drama. People wanted the deaths. They were aching for it.
I'm glad it's over. I bet you they're glad it's over. Like I feel like some of the stress that some of them had, dude, was just Grace's face, bro. Dude, he looked so stressed the whole time. The tanks, imagine being the tanks, man.
Grace got to like 12 HP ones.
Oh yeah, the tanks had his heart rate. He had a heart rate monitor. It was 180 or something like that. The tanks had the worst jobs ever, bro. They have to tank at all the dungeons, all the pre-bissing farming they're doing. Grace had to do hundreds and hundreds of dungeons, and obviously with a trusted healer all the time and some other people, but he would have just one or two people he didn't know. They made it to 60, but in a world full of like, it's not super hard to make it to 60, right? So in a world full of griefers, we know that there's people who are long conning and trying to get to 60, and that happened. People made it to 60 just to wipe groups in dungeons.
Yeah.
You know, so you had that in the back of your head the whole time. You know what I mean? I was taking heat for a month and didn't even get to play. Yeah, I know. That's what I didn't like about it. None of my homies were in there besides like Grays and like, you know, nobody else was in there. Silver for a couple of times.
Silver was in.
I say, yeah, it makes sense why it makes sense why they didn't, but it went a different route than I thought with the homies wise. But that makes sense. And Ampy's just a savage, bro. One of the best raid leaders there for Classic.
Yeah, I think they pulled it off. I'm glad they pulled it off. Cargos definitely took a lot of heat for it, but like he put the hardcore community really on his back, putting this all together, and I think that was such an awesome event to see. And yeah. I'm glad they pulled it off. I'm glad personally.
860s.
800 level 60.
800 level 60s.
That's absolute insanity.
Yeah. Now like, we're thinking about doing some battle royale mode. They have some like weird battle royale mode for raids, which is actually pretty cool. There's Jamin has been doing some random hardcore events where they'll take like 10 level 5s in a rage fire, you know, or do some fun stuff. So they plan on doing a whole bunch of stuff like that, which would be pretty cool. It would be interesting to see what they do, or if they go into TBC a little bit, you know.
Yeah, 800 hardcore 60s. There's only 805 60s in all of Season of Mastery.
Yeah, they have like, oh no, they literally have because it's 400 on NA, 400 EU.
Yeah,
it's not. I didn't mean like
Did EU do its redrag?
No, not yet. I think they're still working on it.
Okay,
I could be wrong about that. I could also be wrong on the number, but I know it's like literally 350, 400 on each side.
Yeah,
something like that. It's pretty fucking crazy. They had 100, and I think I died a couple weeks in. I was going kind of fast. A couple weeks in. And by the time I died, though, there was already 136 60s. And I died like within a few weeks of it launching. So these fuckers were gaming. At the same time, I haven't done the endless amount of hardcore, but I know it's not impossible, bro. It's not super hard to do. It's like it's hard as shit. No, but it's not. The hardest part is you got to survive for that long. And what's scary to me is having to do those dungeons, having to pre-biss grind, having to grind anything for a long lengthy, you know, for a couple hours. And staying alive because you get tired or you get like, you know, lazy or you're just mindlessly farming, you know, whatever the fuck you're farming fire alleys. And then, you know, you just get caught slipping because, you know, I mean, it's just so many random deaths happen like that. Yeah.
And the hard part, actually, and I think this is actually one thing that is like semi unfortunate for viewers, is that like you literally have to play the safest way possible. Like as cheesy as it is, as much as you might be like, I wish we could just pull that too. Like you have to play the safest way possible because like one little thing goes wrong, which can cascade in Classic so quickly. You're just like, there it goes. You know, it's gone. You're done.
Apart from trash market champion, should we?
I was asking about the rogue trinket. Warp Spring Coil is such a crazy rogue trinket. Just after all of like the sims and like talking with Simon Eyes and stuff. I mean, unless it's on internal cooldown or something, but like you pretty much would never take it off. It's crazy. Warp Spring is nuts. If you're rocking DST Warp Spring, you're straight up chilling.
Ivan, bro.
Yeah.
Mark's best for Warlock, so what's up? Lucky if you have it.
Yeah, do you have Mark of the Champion?
No, I don't have it. What you think?
Well, I mean, like, I thought your guild was running Nax for some reason.
Yeah, but it never dropped. It wasn't dropping. That hasn't dropped. We've ran
it always drops.
Nothing drops. Well, I didn't get it. Oh, no, we haven't been doing Nax this whole time. We've been doing AQ this whole time.
Oh,
Nax for like a month, and that was my first guild. That wasn't Insidious, and we never got it. I didn't get shit. There was a GDKP. I've had a couple drop it, but they wanted like a dumb amount of gold for it, like an absolute retarded amount of gold for it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. But like, I kind of wish I did. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It depends on a blessings deck. The Dark Moon card deck, if it's It's a big trinket in the Warlock world because you can proc it with Hellfire in private servers and in the past, and we don't know if we can because no one's got it yet. I have one, but I can't turn it into a DMF on Monday. And if that procs off Hellfire, then that's the best one. That's what I'll use. I don't have Mark.
Yeah. But it's almost as good.
Yeah, you can buy it for 5 gold. I bought it for 4,900 gold, and you should. Well, here's the thing. If it works, if this trinket works on proccing Hellfire, that's a 20,000 plus gold trinket. I've spent 20k gold multiple times on servers for that. It is mind-blowing that it's so cheap. It's crazy. But it's not. It's going to be mind-blowing if it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, then that's not even worth it.
Wait, what does the trinket do exactly?
It gives you 8 spell power every time you do damage.
Oh.
And it stacks up to 10 times. So you get 80. It's a permanent. It's 80 spell power.
You weren't able to test it, and no one on the lock Discord was able to test it on the
no one. Yeah, no one has it. Yeah. So you can if you can proc it with Hellfire, which you could, then you can before the fight starts, you have 80 spell power. It's a permanent 80 spell power, and also you can keep it up when you're too far away to hurt the boss. But if you can't do that, then you're dropping stacks on that trinket all the time. It's not worth it. I don't think it'd be unless you got a pure like patchwork fight down the road. You know
does it stack? It's on every damaging spell, right? Or does it?
You have to do damage and Hellfire. Like on one server, Rain of Fire did it, but that was weird because Rain of Fire wouldn't be hurting anybody. Life Tap doesn't do it either. It was just like Hellfire.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy.
What about chicken? What did they do about chickens?
Yeah, I'm seeing that apparently in Fight Club they're saying chickens are nerfed on NA already.
Oh, shit. They're mad right now. No way.
Dude. Back to the old way. Can't insta-proc it anymore. Oh, so you can't force the proc, basically. So now it's just like all RNG again. I don't know how I feel, but you can still
proc anymore?
But you can still stack them. So like back in the day, you could get lucky and get a 4 chicken proc, a 5 chicken proc, and you were just like, I'm a god. Now, like, if you're like most guilds actually, you can basically insta proc 4 or 5 chickens. Like every melee group is pretty much all stacking them. So, but you don't set it up anymore, I guess. So
what does that mean for melee? So what does that mean for? I don't know. I have a warrior that is actually just 80. I haven't even showed him on stream yet. I boosted him all the way up, and then Mage boosted him, and it got blacksmithing. But what does that mean for, like? What does that mean?
It means,
is it like, do you not do anymore? Is it like significant DPS loss, or
you still end up using them, but like you probably won't get a proc, if that makes sense, right? Like now it's like a random, how it used to work, or once it was discovered that like when you took damage, then you pop chicken, it would insta proc. Now it's just like you'll use the chicken, you'll have it on at the beginning of like a boss fight and hope that it procs throughout the boss fight before it dies. So they're still very useful. Definitely. Absolutely still very useful. And everyone's going to still run them. But now it's going to be like super RNG. You're going to be like, oh, I got 5 chicken procs randomly.
Is the damage big on them?
5% haste stacking.
I didn't know what it did.
It's, cool. Oh my God. Chickens is stupid. It is so overpowered. I think they should have just limited it to 1 and not stack it personally. But like I thought it was really interesting that Blizzard was really going through a lot of like blue posts about like battle chickens when they weren't announcing phase 3. There's like blue posts like every other day, and like that was all Blizzard was like talking about, and their communication was about when it was like, when is Black Temple gonna launch? It's like, oh, by the way, we're playing around with battle chickens, you know.
Well, I mean, does that change anything with speedrun wise? You guys are doing with the Furies and all that? All the Fury pump that you see, is that changing anything?
I don't think so. I mean, it does limit things because there were ways, like there's a pull basically before every trash pack. There's a pull basically before every boss fight actually that you can proc a chicken on. Like there's almost every boss fight here has something that will do like an AoE that you can eat 1 hit from that AoE, and getting those chicken procs absolutely makes you kill a boss significantly faster, especially if you warrior stacked. So if they're going to let them still stack and they're more RNG, it's like, it's going to be almost more frustrating.
Yeah.
It's just going to be more frustrating. You're going to see like some insane parses when someone gets a 5 proc, but like that's it, right? Like it's not going to be like reliable, and you're going to hope for it. And people are going to, like in slower runs or in like parse runs, people are going to proc their chickens on the pull before a trash pack, but like a pull now that doesn't do any sort of AoE, so it can't kill the chickens. And they're literally just going to sit there until the chicken despawns, hoping for it to proc. Like literally just hoping for it to proc. So I don't know.
Yeah.
With the rate we're seeing Warglaives, Warriors are gonna, I think, still take.
Is it like a ridiculous amount?
Have you seen how many Warglaives? Dude, so many people. I feel like everyone's getting, not everyone, but like a lot of glaives. Progress already has 2 Warglaives.
Wow. Cool.
You know?
A set? He has a set? They have a set?
Spider got glaives. Like, yeah, there's not a full set, not a set, but like, because it's just the first reset. Yeah. Like, I think a lot of people are seeing Warglaives. Like, a lot of people are seeing.
That's crazy. I think I said it on BTR. I think they buffed, like, did something to that because there's a lot of them.
Yeah. But we're also like, the thing is, like, from private servers or even original TBC, you only saw, like, guilds took months to kill Illidan, right? Now we have, like, I don't know. I actually have it pulled up somewhere, like, so I can actually see. Now we have an insane amount of guild, like, with 5,000 guilds already that are 14 and 14, at least,
Jesus.
Basically, right? That are logging it. So that's not to mention there's pugs that are doing it with absolute bias at the game rewards. The true chats who don't use the trap in the last days by dropping clips. Like,
that's crazy. Yeah,
we're seeing a lot.
1,600 at Archie. Yeah. So these are just guilds who are logging, though, right?
Yeah, this is guilds that are logging, right? So this is on Warcraft log, so you can see. But still, that's like an incredible amount. Like, very few guilds are stuck at one of 14, and this is probably just from people killing, like, the first boss to go into Black Temple or like to just get a tune, right?
Yeah.
And this is the first week, so this number will go up significantly. We're definitely seeing more horde guilds right now killing, but like it doesn't really matter. I think there's a larger horde population, and the raids aren't anywhere near as complicated as the later or any of the other raid tiers we've seen. Like, literally any of the other raid tiers have had more of a stopgap than these raids, right?
What is that 9 of 14? Who's 9? What order do they go in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think once you get here, you can't really tell what order, right?
I think people thought
you get here,
everybody was going to struggle on Mother more. It wasn't. I told you, it wasn't that hard of a fight.
No,
it's really just a shadow res up. I wonder if people like overly thought. Everybody probably super overly thought the shadow res and like, wow, this is like you know how we get flamed for saying things are easy. People are like, oh, you guys are just fucking like. But now they're probably like, oh wow, this actually kind of was pretty simple.
I think we would always say, like, Mother, if you wear shadow res, you kill it, right? Mm-hmm. Illidari Council, I expected more people to be stuck there almost, but people are persevering through that. I think that was what I thought would be the first stopgap, but like most guilds that are putting in any sort of time commitment are full clearing, and what it used to be, which is interesting. I think we're going to see like a YouTube video soon from like Willie. He always puts out a video like 2 weeks in about like where people are stuck and what percentages of bosses are dying and stuff. And I think it was like, this may be completely wrong statistic, but like it was something like 10% of guilds that were entering into the raids were killing the last boss in like Naxx. And like now it's like almost every guild in here like they're either just going 5-14 so far because they haven't had a full week. A lot of guilds weren't even able to raid this week because of the Thursday release. A lot of guilds haven't had time to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think just like most guilds end up full clearing. I think there's a little stopgap here with this 9 to 14. It might be Blood Boil that like people are stopping at.
That's what I think it is. That would make sense because the transition. There's no way it's. I mean, it might be. What is there a picture? If you count 9 up, I feel like it might be that picture, right?
Yeah. And yeah, Illidan was having an enrage bug, which I actually didn't actually see it happen myself, but Illidan would cast certain abilities such as Enrage way too early in the fight. I didn't actually happen to have that happen to me yet, but I'm glad they fixed that already. So like Blizzard, semi-notorious for launching raids with some bugs in them. He insta enraged on last phase. Oh yeah, he did.
Did they fix it?
I thought you just needed to like Giga heal it. I thought that was like their new like they were doing that. Yeah.
You get healed. Yeah, try it.
If only they tested the content.
That was a bug? So did they fix it already?
So they're fixing it with reset. So today for NA and tomorrow for EU. Yeah.
Yeah. He is supposed to enrage. I might have just been doing it earlier or something.
He enrages when you
did,
trap.
It did see like he did it a little early.
Yeah, he enrages when the trap is placed. Yeah. Yeah, he was instant enraging. You're right. Yeah.
It's counteracting the fucking cheesing all the Warlock tanks not wanting to tank.
know. So they literally just made the Illidan fight easier.
Yeah. I mean, we knew it was going to be comfy though. We
yeah.
I'm wondering, what do you think about Sunwell? You think Sunwell's going to be a good difficulty?
You know,
nobody ever once said Black Temple was hard back in the day, but everybody has said Sunwells were kind of rough back in the day. So that, I hope, might actually be fucking kind of crazy.
I think
have high hopes again.
I'm curious. I personally hope so, but I also have no idea personally because I stopped after like I got a server first Illidan kill back in the day, and then I literally just did arenas back in the day after that, and like messed around. I never did Sunwell, so
yeah, it's not gonna be nerfed. I think it's gonna be pre-nerf. I think they're actually
Sunwell's released in its nerf state. It won't be that bad.
I think they'll actually give us.
Yeah, they said it'll be pre-nerf, and then they'll bring it in, right?
Yeah, it'll be rough though. It'll be rough as shit if it's pre-nerf, which is good. That's a good thing. I hope so, because especially because we had a comfy face. I'm not saying super tune it, but if you let us end TBC with a nice little, you know what I mean, we get that guilds probably would, but if it's too hard, guilds won't even go do it, right? Like fuck it, it's the end of the game, I'm done. You know what I mean? They might not.
Yeah, but
and it's still one of the hardest bosses. If you got murder, it's rough as fuck.
I think it's gonna be hopefully it's a good phase for progression, and then I think Sunwell, from what it looks like, is a good one to open up to speedruns again. So like we can finally, or not finally, but we'll see like more. I think this is the phase that like really brings the attention towards speedruns in classic TBC. Like people are gonna get finally really hyped for it. There's a lot of really good guilds. Progress obviously pumping, but like Overclock and Fusion, the NA guilds representing, are just amazing right now.
Yeah, Overclock slept on, I think.
Yeah, but like I don't even like, even so I did a world record breakdown with some members of Progress on Friday after their run, right? And we broke down the run and all of their skips. And even them, they're like, we're really excited to see what Overclock puts out. Overclock's raid leader Oro is I just think he's very, very, he's very, very well organized, very well calculated. He does a really good job raid leading, and I think there's quite a few raid leaders in specific that I think when they do it and you're watching, you're like, they're gonna do well.
I would love to be in a guild like that.
Yeah,
Alliance. Trust me, I've already talked about it, but. You know what I mean? I would love that. They're pumpers. They wiped like 2 or 3 times on Mount Hyjal and still fucking 5th place that. I really think if they didn't wipe, that would have been that's why. That's good that Progress respected that too. They saw that. They were pumping.
They wiped 3 times and we're
twice,
9 minutes, 11 minutes behind.
Yeah. I remember it started and they're like, "Yo, Overclock wipe." I was like, "What?"
And they were 11 minutes behind on world record.
No way.
Yeah,
bro. They're pumpers, bro. It's crazy. It's actually kind of mind blowing.
Yeah, they are gonna put in some, and then we have like late
wipe on purpose.
Late phase.
Gosh,
they had to because they had a wave bug. Yeah, they had to one time because of wave bug.
So worried about that too. Yeah, they're pumping, bro. That is crazy. I mean, we're going to his chat. I was like, "Yo, good job, bro." He's like, "Yeah." You could see the disappointment in his face, and I get it because in his head, everybody was like, "Yeah, dude, what do you mean you're NA1, bro? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, but I didn't want NA1, bro." When I feel that, that's huge.
I mean, that's never what they were going for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even when they got world records in SSC, when they got world records in SSC and TK, they were always, they never got a perfect run. Progress is the only one that got a god run, and they were way ahead of everyone because Overclock would get a new record and then like just be like, you would know like it wasn't the run they wanted. You know, it's the fastest right now until someone does a good run or a better run, and that's how it is. And I think
beef bar.
I don't know personally how much they competed in the race world first.
I don't think they did. I wonder why. I think someone said they had a fallout or something.
But also like
21st world, so
yeah. But also like a lot of people, I think there's a lot of guilds that do pay attention a lot towards speedrunning that didn't really participate in race world first. Like Noda is going to be one, I think, in particular this phase, because they're doing the warrior stack. This phase, I think they can, once we see like all of the glaives from splits and like the armor pen, the haste warriors. I mean, yes, the nerf to battle chickens hurts, but I don't think enough for just the idea of a warrior stack is just always moving. And the only way to outplay that, I think, is going to be when Progress aims for, or like other guilds all aim for, bigger pulls, right? Because like warriors cap out on how much damage they can do to larger pulls, basically on 4 targets. So that's where like warlocks and mages especially still are just doing so much damage on overall.
Yeah, they're clapping though, and it's gonna get better and better too.
Yeah,
trash at least. But the trash.
And then we're seeing like for overall damage, just like mages and locks. Mages just are still the kings of overall damage.
Oh, yeah. Look at that, untouchable.
But then actually, if we're looking at like bosses, we're still seeing, at least for now, hunters on top, fury warriors right below them, arcane mages, and then rogues actually right above destro locks.
Or fury above warlocks. I feel like warlocks are pumping right now on single target. At least I'm pumping. What's going on? I haven't seen a fury warrior pump that hard yet on single target. Well, I guess our fury warrior actually wasn't in. He was sick, so I guess we'll see this week. So let me wait to see what his damage looks like. He's a pumper. Let me see. He wasn't in for Prague. I'll come back to you with that statement. Give me a second. I won't put my foot in my mouth. Rogue beating warlock? Fucking shut up, dude. Where are these getting these warlocks from?
Dude,
bro?
I don't know, dude.
Right, bro. Get this the fuck out of here. What is this? Now that I'm looking at this.
This is the top ranges. This is the top ranges.
Man, get the fuck. So they're drunk, bro. No way.
If we look at like the splits though, warlocks are on average higher, right? Warlocks are on average higher. Mages are on average higher.
Rogues aren't beating warlocks or furies on single target, bro. What? I don't give a fuck what this says.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There are a lot of bad warlocks out there. Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
there's a lot of bad hunters out there too. Don't worry.
Look at your guys' guild. I mean, look at your guys. Might be copium. Yeah, you're
right.
I'm biased.
Look at how split the hunter percentiles are. Hunters have a massive split. You know, I think Feral Druid actually has maybe one of the biggest ones.
Ooh, yeah.
But yeah, Warlock, 5 battle chicken rogue, dude. Yeah.
See, that's what, this has the rogue down there. That makes fucking sense. Like, rogues aren't even beating affliction locks right now. Get that shit out of here. Arm's kind of pumping a little bit, Loki. The Fury I can kind of believe because our Fury Warrior is a big pumper. He just wasn't there, so I don't want to piss any Fury Warriors off. But
Fury Warriors can just do insane damage,
bro. What the fuck you're talking about?
But Fury Warriors haven't, like, I guess it's also, obviously this is early, so no one's gotten stacked out yet. We're gonna see towards the end of the phase, but this is early phase, and this is only looking at single target, really. Like, what really matters throughout a raid, at least from the perspective of moving quicker, is always going to be overall damage.
Oh, was that first one overall?
No. That was just the highest peaks. That was just basically...
Oh, yeah, okay. Overall, that would make 100%. I'm not going to... Yeah, I know they did pump, but...
Yeah.
I have to see that single target, bro.
Basically,
Rogues beat me on... I'm embarrassed, bro.
I think rogues are coming back. I might play my rogue to PvP with you. We'll see. Yeah,
it's PvP. Rogue with 4-set and glaives. Maybe on some low armor bosses, maybe we'll talk about you and me racing a little bit. But you're not until a rogue gets that. Shut up.
I'll get my glaives tonight. Don't worry. I'm getting both tonight.
Can you actually get glaives on your rogue somehow so we can PvP and just be unstoppable?
Yeah. No,
how can we get you rogue glaives?
If I come back to playing my rogue, I'm a raid leader.
Can we just come by? Oh, you are? So you'd actually go raid it? I thought you were just gonna like GDP glaive it, buddy. Well, we'll do a big pot. I'll split half of it. I'll pay for one glaive. You pay for the other glaive.
I have 500 gold on my raid though.
Yeah, we don't got enough.
Our feral cranks. Some ferals are insane, dude. I've been actually. I mean, more so on PTR when doing PTR. Like we're seeing like people like rugs and stuff. Like we're seeing some ferals just like hard pump and like being like number 2, 3 on DPS. Sometimes number 1 on DPS, and you're just like, this guy is blasting, dude.
Rugs is an animal. Yeah, Rugs is insane.
Yeah. Shadow Priest doesn't get
BM Hunter pumping.
Dude,
right
BM is,
would, though. I already called it. Someone asked me. I said, BM Hunters, bro, unstoppable. I said, now you're gonna start seeing Hunters. That whole like, oh, I thought Hunters were best. Everybody's like, oh yeah, Hunters are. Now you're gonna start seeing them fucking. They're gonna start pissing you off now. You're gonna be wondering how to catch them the whole time. I know. I've been through this many times. I know what's about to happen. Yeah, if you have good hunters, that is. You know, you have to have the good hunters, right? You know,
if you have good hunters, there's I don't see how anyone catches them. Yesterday, I was.
Dude, they're hard, dude. It's just like I watch you stream, and I'm like, I don't ever watch hunter streams ever in my life, but I was watching you just because it's you. I was like, dude, what? It's just effortless. It just looks like you're just. I don't know. Is it more into the rotation than I'm thinking, or is it just like,
dude? It is
more than me, obviously, because I'm just spamming shadow bolts. But it just.
I would say
it's crazy. It looks fun. Honestly, it just looks kind of fun.
To play a hunter at the top level in a raid, not just on a single target, is you can barely talk to chat because you're always watching so many different things. If you're just doing single target, even then it kind of is. You're just always watching your haste, your current haste, cooldown on multi-shot, but you can kind of feel that more. It's more of rhythm that you feel. It's a lot of rhythm for hunter, but it changes. Like your rotation changes as your haste changes constantly.
Yeah, fucking lock stack, bro.
But yeah.
Oh, shocker, lock stack one. Like we've been saying for so long, man. This is crazy. Big pumper,
I think
Sherlock.
I didn't think there was. I didn't think there was a chance for anyone to beat the lock stack on launch.
Gamers know to lock stack that, and gamers did lock stack that. Obviously,
yeah.
We were supposed to. I don't know why we were supposed to caster stack that, and we didn't randomly. I don't know why.
Yeah, Race the World First is like early on. Lock stack absolutely dominates. I think mid phase maybe we see warrior stack go crazy until we see giga pulls. Like for lock stack to dominate, it's got to be giga pulls. Yeah,
I'm seeing stack haste seed set dominating. In my head, I'm seeing this.
Yeah,
I feel like warlocks get insanely fucking strong this tier, like out of this world shit. You know what I mean? Not copium. I'm asking anybody who's played DBC. I swear to God.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be super interesting to see.
But do you get a lot of armor pin in this phase? Like we get haste in this phase, but we don't get a shit ton of haste in this phase. We get a shit ton of haste in Sunwell. So is it like one of those things where do you get a lot of armor pin now, or just a little bit of armor pin and then a fuck ton of armor pin in Sunwell?
It's a decent amount of armor pen, and I think my reasoning would be that trash dies so quickly unless you pull
right.
super large, like too large for warrior stacks to basically insta dominate it. Like warrior stacks never have to stop, warlock stacks never have to stop.
Okay, it's copium. I get it. Copium warlock. Okay, god damn it.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's just gonna be interesting. It's a prediction, and I think whenever you make a prediction, you're gonna have people on both sides, and it's like it's a guess, right? Like it's an educated guess, but it's a guess, and some people are gonna get upset either way, right? Like, but like, yeah,
I will always copium warlocks. I don't give a fuck. If I played classic warlock, I'd be copium warlock because we're at the bottom of the meters. Okay.
Oh my god! If you played classic warlock, you would have quit. Oh, you did quit.
I did quit. Yeah, fuck that. I was like, yo, world buffs, and then I get world buffs, and nothing changes. I'm like,
dude, your entire job.
Let me just put curse of wreck on everything.
That was your literal entire job as a warlock.
Yeah, and now we get catered to a little bit more, than we did in classic because we're pumping a little harder.
Yeah.
And then
because seed is busted.
Yeah. And Lich King kind of goes like back. Oh,
the classic copium was insane. When people were like, just wait till we have blood vime and then tier 3 and tanks will never hold aggro off us and we can't even DPS.
Is that what Warlock said?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
They literally like they couldn't. You were still doing like you're like max DPS was like 624.
Yeah, it was miserable, bro.
You know.
Yeah, I don't miss classic.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
I miss classic.
Oh yeah,
rogues.
this clip from Dahlia is so fucking funny, bro.
All right, let me.
I walked into it because I came into Dahlia's guild and I don't know any of them, but they fucking hate warlocks, bro. I don't know what the fuck these classic warlocks did, but they hate all warlocks, and it was so funny to see everybody shit talk warlocks all the time.
All right, let me play this clip really fast.
It's super funny.
I won't move our faces.
Person summon and
See, dude, just wait until the warlocks get their blood bind. Wait until they get to AQ and they get their two.
I just let that shit stay silent, bro. Fuck you, dude.
Wait, 1 sec, Crix.
See, dude, just wait until the warlocks get their blood bind. Wait until they get to AQ and they get their 2.5. Just wait until they get to next, man. Once they have that next gear, well, you'll see in TBC warlocks really pop. Oh well, and in phase 1, like not yet, but like in tier 5, in Black Temple, once you start getting haste gear, they're really gonna pop, guys. In Sunwell, they're so fucking good. In Wrath, they're gonna be so great, man. You'll just see. They're finally gonna top the meters. Then they've been waiting to see, dude.
That's so good, dude.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, it's easy to say. That's easy to say as a mage, as an arcane mage in T5, bro. You know
as an arcane mage at 2.5, he's
nobody
destroying.
has said ever that mages weren't going. Like, you've never heard me ever verbally say warlocks are going to smack mages in T5. Like, what?
Yeah.
I will say in T6 we'll fucking smack the shit out of you, dirty ass mages. But T5
shots have been fired.
T5 and T4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the people who go around saying that, I don't know who tells these people that. Probably the Warlock Copium Discord, bro. We know the Warlock Discord is full of the cope. We know that.
I think every class's Discord is full of the cope.
Ain't nobody rerolling mage. Yeah, people are leaving. Look, people, you know Dahlia wasn't on his mage right now. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Mages, mages are still going to pump, though. Don't disrespect them.
Yeah.
Good mage is still going to pump. This has always said Warlocks are better versions of mages. Yeah, well, we are. But T5? No, not T5.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Dahlia was smacking me out in T4 as well. So, but nobody's going to smack me out except for maybe one of our hunters. His name's like Deziliode or something like that. He's a pumper. But other than him, I'm not really worried about anybody even in my guild right now. Maybe our Fury, if based on those rankings, you never know,
I mean, once we see glaives, that is just like with so many glaives dropping, it's going to be intriguing to see how many are in like the Giga speedruns, if anyone does like the Warlock stack or Warrior stack. Because like back in the day, we used to see there's this guild, Chinese guild called Noobs, and they quite literally they all of their mains go to different GDKPs and buy everything that drops, so that when they finally do the speedruns together, they have every item. They were like 3 months ahead of every other guild in gear. They had like 18 Gressels, which is basically like saying you have 18 glaives in like their speedrun. It was like they could play bad. They played amazing, and they did like insane. Like they do it like they have some of the craziest strats. They come up with some crazy stuff. Actually, all of Nax was pretty much every guild stealing or like copying Chinese strats mostly. But like they just like we might see something similar. Like Progress runs 4 splits and already got 2 glaives. We're gonna see some crazy amounts,
bro. That is insane. As long as I get a Zardoom and a Skull before our glaives drop, so then I just want to be chunky. I want to look like a mage did in T5 before anybody else gets any fucking gear.
You just want to get it before anyone else.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get Doom. I'm not gonna get Zardoom, Skull, and a 4-piece T6 before everybody else gets it. I wouldn't even take that anyway, right? But that'd be nice.
Yeah, but
as long as Zardoom Mage Power, yeah, it could be. Not for us, it's not though. We're actually doing some weird shit with Skull too. We're going 2 Warlocks and then a Mage, which is fair to me. I like our mages. Our mages are pretty cool. As long as I'm one of the first 2 to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
I'll get 4 pieces of Skull. No, just give me. That's all I want.
I think we're gonna see a lot of everything. I think this was the phase of the loot drama, but I think this is the phase of the loot drama early on. I think it's because people aren't used to killing last boss. Well, a lot of guilds are, but like people aren't used to killing every boss right away as much as they are now, right? This is like one of the first tiers where there's much less progression. There's much less progression, I would say, that's gonna be going on. So like every guild will be able to kill everything, and this is definitely people are gonna quit over loot, but like those people were gonna quit.
Yeah, if you quit over loot, you're a bitch, bro. Dead ass. I don't want anybody listening to this. If you quit over loot, you're a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Unless you got gypped out of loot, like literally, like you haven't got loot at all, then I can understand it. But don't be that guy. Don't be that fucking guy.
Trust me, you're not that guy.
Come on.
It's gonna happen. It always happens. There's always someone that quits, or they get the loot. Like they get you finally get Zardoom after like a month and a half, and you're like, I was thinking about quitting forever, but you got Zardoom. You're like, I did it. I finally did it. All right, I'm going back to retail.
The worst, the worst part of it is it's a big raid log tier, really, unless you are speedrunning. But even then, you have the raid, and ZA is not really like super hyped to anybody, right? Like it's a bear mount, you know.
This is gonna be a long tier.
It's kind of boring until Sunwell. Yeah, I feel like this is all just one big tier, which is why I started PvPing. It's like I feel like it's just one big long 5 months until we see Sunwell. Would you say?
Yeah,
5,
it's
6
gonna
months.
be a
If you're doing 3 months at least.
time. And like,
I hope they don't wait long for ZA. Like, I don't feel like they should wait that long. But if it's based off of, I don't know how that works with the arena seasons though.
I
like
think
a whole new season.
No, it's not. It's tied in with the season, so that's why it's going to be the longer. So it's tied in with season 3. I think ZA shouldn't take too long. I think the thing that's going to get most people is going to be Mount Hyjal. Personally, it's going to be like people are going to be like, "Fuck this raid."
Yeah, right.
For lack of a better word, literally that's going to be people soon in. They're just straight up going to be like, "This raid sucks." What up, Chairlock?
Yellow Chronicle is
Yellow Ninja apply destroy armor.
It's pretty far behind Zardoom. Zardoom's pretty bonkers right now. I like TOC Chronicle as a Warlock specifically. I can't speak for mages because down the road with like a Heart of Pit or any of the Unflare or something, I don't want to have to go get the previous offhand. But I think with the reason I would now take Zardoom is because we have, like I said, I think 5 months, something like that, until Sunwell at least. I mean, I'm pretty sure the goddamn one of those is gonna drop. I can get one of those in 5 months. So it's huge at 55 though.
I don't
remember.
I mean, you would
stacked with crit and no hit on it.
Yeah, you would know, right? Like you would know, and I guess Chairlock would know too. Like the Zardoom haste, that static haste, how it affects like overall damage with seed. Like I think the static haste is just crazy. Right?
We have a good amount of haste too. We have bracers, we have shoulders, and we have weapon. And anything we can get haste on skull, and then 2 rings we can get. Right?
Yeah.
And that's a lot. That's huge on seeds. Chairlock, I love you, bro. I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah.
I don't really care if I get Zardoom or Wep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like I would take Skull over anything, right? But if we're talking about improves of like impacting a Warlock specifically, 4-piece is the biggest thing you can get, technically speaking.
Yeah.
And then Zardoom Skull down, but
Zardoom Skull.
If they hand me it, I'm not gonna say no. You know what I mean? Like I would take Skull because I don't know how many that's end game biz. Skull is. You're using that to fucking forever, right? You're not using Zardoom forever. You're using Zardoom until Sunwell. I would use it for the next 5-6 months until you get like a Sunflare or you get Heart of Pit. Nobody cared about Zardoom at all, bro. That's the thing. But if you actually do, but which is funny because if you actually look at Zardoom, it is miles better than TOC right now because there is a whole shitload of hit that there's some things that I never realized because nobody told me because I just kind of go like, oh, whatever this guy says. On private servers, it made no sense why we didn't use Zardoom, to be honest. Like it actually made no sense. It was stupid of us not to. Our Zardoom is significantly better than TOC and Chronicle right now as Warlock if you're to get it. But down the road, it's not. Like, which is why I don't really care which one I get because either way, it's going to even itself out.
Yeah. Less for the instant gratification. Take the skull. I guess.
The skull. Yeah, skull. I was 4-piece and skull, bro. I was super proud. If I could take anything, I would take 4-piece. Right? Well, skull, I guess, because you get 4-piece no matter what.
I think, right. Everyone, a lot of people are worried about their tier sets, and I think that's gonna. Man,
I saw Blood Maw Magus Blade, bro. You better get that fucking arena weapon, bro. What are you doing, pumper?
Oh my god!
Like 1,200 honor for that season 2 weapon.
You hit number 1 Warlock in the world first race.
Number 1. What the fuck? I love you, too, bro.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah.
Passy, call me out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would too. It's so easy to grab too.
Yeah.
I mean, like in my guild, I don't know. Like we have every warrior is getting season 3 weapon too. You're just like every melee is basically required to get season 3 weapons right now.
We required it, but I don't really know if everybody else got it. I got it. So on private servers back in the day, I had like Blood Magus or something like that. And my Dr. Kale, my GM was like, yo, make sure you guys get your, arena weapon, your season weapons, it's easy to get on private servers because there was no rating thing. You could just get it. You could just go get the points to get it. I didn't do it. It's like, fuck that, dude. I'm not getting it. And then Everybody got it but me, and then TOC dropped, and it was going to go to me. He's like, "Oh, give it to Crix." He goes, "Wait a minute. Oh yeah, no, fuck you. You don't have your season weapon." I'm tormented forever for that.
Yeah,
So
dude.
I went and got mine right away, bro.
I think that's actually something that like I almost forget about loot drama that we used to do in like it used to happen in Classic, but like it could definitely happen now, where like there's things that you're like kind of required to go get. Like there's in Nax, you couldn't get Badge of the Swarm Guard in my guild if you didn't have Earthstrike. But Earthstrike you could literally farm in one day. You could farm it in one day. Like it was a full day.
Man.
But like people were like, "Oh, I'll just try to get like Badge of the Swarm Guard," and like that's an insane item. But like if you're not putting in the effort to improve the guild, a lot of times they can make the argument that like you maybe you were in line to get this, but
and you do have that argument where it's like, okay, one Warlock in our situation didn't get it, and yeah, it's a bigger upgrade for him, thus for the raid. But at the same time, we make an example out of him.
Yeah,
which, you do, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I guess just
that is the real chair. Yes, it's the legendary chair left.
I guess you just go for so now we definitely do see a lot of people really hyped on Zardoom. So like, I'm guessing you and Chair, which are like the big brain locks that I know, and I'd guess like if Marco's here or something, but like significantly more focused on getting Skull of Gul'dan.
Oh yeah. Zardoom's is in Chair's argument I feel like it is slightly overrated. I feel like it is a very good weapon in comparison to what we're wearing now. But at the end of the day, it is just a big shiny fell hunter looking weapon with some haste and crit on it, and people are just losing their mind over it.
Shadow Priest weapon,
like,
right?
Get it? Yeah, you want it. It is very good, but it's not like you're not gonna just be like, "Hey, I'm parsing 60. I got Zardoom. I'm parsing 99 big dick status." Nah, bro, that's not gonna help you. You know what I mean? It'll help, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not as large as getting a DST.
Would you use your seed set with the crafted haste shoulders or keep? Oh yes, I would. Crafted haste shoulders, drop spell strike. I haven't ran the sims on the AoE. You can run a sim on it if you want, but I plan on dropping it for haste. I'm gonna keep both on and see how I like about it, but I'm thinking on the haste. Haste is weird. Haste is, I don't know how to explain haste without sounding like an idiot, but haste, you use haste to get an extra sheet or extra shadow bolt, so you can actually technically gain haste and not even gain any value from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until you're casting 50 seeds. What if that's 50 straight seeds? Like, where are you doing that at? There's a whole thing.
Because there's like a
haste
breakdown of
really
like
deep with Warlocks. Yeah.
Yeah, like how much haste will actually over what amount of time will actually give you an extra cast or not.
Yep.
It's a lot about breakpoints.
Yeah. We have a whole fucking spreadsheet on it. Yeah, I haven't even figured out how to release it yet, but we're working on it. First, I want Vag Chest and T6. You haven't Vag Chest yet? Just run leggings. A 4-piece connect with chest. If you 4-piece connect with chest and run the other leggings, it's actually Sims 5 DPS higher than if you ran vestments. I'm just not doing it because I have vestments, but our other Warlock doesn't have it. Actually works out pretty good.
Boom.
The secret is him. You have to sit in a chair. He has to sit in a chair.
Yeah, you can't play standing up.
Like, he can't play Warlock unless he's in a chair. That's what it is. He tried it. He even stood up one time and it just wasn't good. Either come on private. Yeah, same. Yep. This is the first time I ran Vag.
Yeah. They also with haste too though, like there's some classes that get an full extra GCD, like mainly druids get a full extra GCD out of one breakpoint of haste.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's like a healing set that the druids want to get to, but you have to reach the exact breakpoint of haste to get an extra GCD within the life bloom, I believe it is. But like it's interesting. I think there's a lot of cool mechanics in the game in a lot of good ways, and I think static haste in general obviously ups you, but those breakpoints really do matter. But they matter. I think
that's all you need is the residue 113.
113, yeah. Which
give him Zardoom, bro.
Give him Zardoom. I mean, we already seeing tanks getting the main hand glaive. There's 2 tanks at least that I've seen already that have main hand glaive.
Well, you gotta remember, people. There's GMs, officers, raid leaders who only played classic so they can get a fucking glaive in TBC, bro. So they don't care what they're playing. I don't care if I have a alt warrior. People are dusting off their, look at you, bro. People are dusting off their triple alt rogue warriors so they can come try to get a glaive.
That's my main rogue, actually. It has Scarab Lord and Thunder Fury.
I meant triple alt as in because you have your hunter, then your warlock, and then your rogue.
I'm just trying to like make rogues great again. Okay.
Well, they are about the pump. It is pretty magical. Like, even though I'm a warlock, I would like, of course, to see purple up top, but I kind of do like seeing other colors than just like one purple up top, which that be me,
Just me, dude.
because it means you're pumping, right? But in a perfect world, in our guild, you have a whole bunch of purple in one spot, and not just one. Your guild should never be one of one class being amazing, and then the rest of your warlocks down here. It means you guys that dude needs to help them out. Like you got to go get in a call with them for a little bit. You know what I mean? You got to figure some shit out, go over some logs.
You know, I have like an interesting question that I think has been thought for me for a while. But how do you like Warlock versus like, well, did private servers have the same style of partial resist? I feel like Warlock feels so RNG, where sometimes you're just clapping and you're just critting like crazy, and then you look at the next Warlock and you're like, oh, I destroyed him, but like he had 23% crit and I had 53. And then like you'll have like partial resist where you're critting for like 900, and you're just like, this is so RNG.
Yeah, private servers had this thing where if you, let's use the term 164, 152 if you're Alliance, but I'm Horde, Zug, baby, Horde flag. 164 is hit. That 1% innate chance to miss is gone on private servers. That's gone. If I am hit capped, I will never miss. I will literally never miss. In Blizzard, I can be 164 and I get that 1% chance. So I, go 162 or whatever. So that is the biggest difference in the world. That's why Warlocks did do more damage on private servers. Because you never resist. That's a big deal. Ever resist.
But you also never had partials, right?
Nothing.
Or like,
as long as you were hit cap, you were just the safest you could ever be in the world. Which is why that's why I knew going into T4 and 5 that Warlocks aren't going to be as crazy as they were, because it's not, it's not that, and you never miss. You do get that miss and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's such like Does that not drive you crazy?
Oh no, that's a bad. I don't want to take. I didn't say this, but since the Warlock Discord is mine, I'll take control of that one. My favorite lock copium lately is that Warlocks would beat mages without 1% hit chance. Oh no, you didn't hear me say that, bro.
Do mages not also have the 1% miss? What?
Bro,
No, they do.
Yeah, it's just copium. Warlock Discord copium.
Oh
We're built. We're built different in the Warlock Discord. Okay. Yeah, they do. Or just copium. It's pretty crazy in that Discord sometimes. I love them in there, but it's pretty crazy sometimes.
I like that. Like there was like mage builds coming out when everyone was coming out with their BIS lists and stuff. There's mage builds being made basically that were like saying like, actually let's drop all of our tier 5 so that we can take all of our tier 6 so that we have more, like, because people just like wanted more loot almost. Where they're like kind of finding like an argument. It's like it's basically the same. Let's go for all full tier 6, So we'll see. We'll definitely see. I Mage's just AoE is so strong. But so is Warlocks.
Oh, they'll always do it. They're not going to be. They won't be overall in a couple weeks. Once the Warlocks start getting gear, it's not just me. Look, Chairlock saying the same thing. It's just it's an objective. It's not like a biased copium thing we're saying. It's like Warlocks do get pretty kind of crazy right now. I think Mages are still going to pump. You're just going to see Brown go up there a little bit, Yellow go up there, Hunter's going to be up there more. Everybody's, I guess, more even. Is that the proper word? I don't know. Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like Warlocks are going to dominate this year. Could be wrong. Oh, I guess Hunters. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be Hunters and Warlocks.
Well, it depends on what you think of. If you think of single target or overall.
Well, obviously, you're never going to be overall, right? But I mean, like terms like overall, I think it's going to be. It might be Fury, bro. I mean, I would like to say Warlocks, Hunters. I mean, Warlocks, Mages, and Fury, but I won't say Warlocks.
I did.
Once our biggest figure.
I wish that the PTR was still like up. Because like one of the most fun things there was I was able to actually like play different classes that I haven't played yet in TBC, and I did end up playing Mage once, and the memes about the one button class aside, it was really fun. There are times when you're like not within your cooldowns, and you're not within like there's nothing to min max at, like it's basically like playing like an unhasted hunter or something, or an unhasted warlock or something, where you're just like, yeah, let's just arcane blast, like you are doing it, but the way you manage your cooldowns within the like within any sort of hasted rotation was really fun. So I think mages definitely get a lot of, maybe not hate for that, but like it's actually a much more interesting class than I expected. Way more. I wanted to play Ret because I've heard Ret is sick, but it was way more interesting. And like, because I personally go from like Hunter, and then now I'm loving the Warrior. but like Hunter and Warlock in between those two. And Warlock,
you're gonna catch Z's until you get gear, bro. You're just gonna be bored as fuck. Especially coming from a hunter, probably, right? You go from a hunter pet class, much more mobility, like moving and stuff, and like being able to do stuff while you're moving, to just a standstill, no pet, fucking spamming there, pressing that button.
pray for crit. Don't resist.
Yeah,
Worse is that Curse of Doom resist. You're like, oh,
you just gotta have
me,
you just gotta have that big ass, you gotta have that focus, that razor steel fucking sharp 2-time champion focus, bro.
Man,
just know that all your shadables will crit.
Do you want to? I have to show you my Warlock spars now. I have to show you.
I have raid tonight, and I'm so excited. It's actually kind of fucking insane.
Oh, look, an update. That's good. I've finally updated my Warlock spars to represent how I play. So now I have. We'll see what this update goes through. The best bars ever. It is actually. It's just all Shadow Bolt. It's all Shadow Bolt.
Oh, fun. Are you still playing your Warlock for this year, or are you just doing it for fun?
I do it for GDPs. I think Warlocks are like the best for Warlocks for like as like it's so fun as like a class that I can play and I can like talk to chat with, right? Like as a hunter, like you can't. And like
I mean, once you get gear, you're threat's gonna be for Warlocks in general. Threat's gonna be a lot more of an issue too, more than
especially if you get like 3 crits
very
in a
much
row,
more than
dude.
what you're used to. Yeah. You guys, Warlocks will significantly start seeing threat issues. It doesn't matter how your tanks are good tanks. I'm not saying they're not, but I will see threat issues. Once you start getting the gear, especially if you're out gearing the tank, like it's more you're getting gear versus a tank for some reason, you will have some threat issues. This is where it begins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have threat issues now if you just continue to get crits, but then like luckily we have Soul Shatter, but that's like 5-minute CD.
Right now, you shouldn't have threat issues. You shouldn't have had threat issues as the word like coming up to T6. Really, like
GDKPs.
Did, and that's like a tank problem. Yeah, pugs, I guess. But tank issues. It's not, we don't have that much gear right now. You know what I mean? Tier 5 was like 3 upgrades, and there weren't even
But triple parry. The casual. I think that's the like standard. Every tank is always gonna say no parry. No, I triple parried. I triple parried my opener, and then you're like, what? No, you didn't though. You look at the logs, you're like, you got a crit. What was going on here?
I love it. This is one of those things where you either go in there with the mentality to get some crits or not, man. You gotta want the fucking crits.
Yeah,
right? You gotta want them, but you can't fucking want them. Because then they know you want them too hard and they won't give you them.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense, but it made sense to the real ones out there. You know what I mean? When you're like spamming them, you're like, yo, in your head, you're thinking, am I going to get a crit? I'm not getting a crit. It's because you're thinking about it too hard.
Here, I'm going to show it. You're always,
58%.
Or sometimes you always want to get a crit, Oh my God, my how-to Warlock.
It is what it is, yeah.
Dude.
Oh, is that what it is?
So, I mean, sometimes you're always like, most of the time, I'm always just like, can I please crit, dude? There's some fights there's some fights where you have like 13% crit, and you're like, how is that even possible? It's like you just get like hard grief. But this is what my Warlock's main bar looks like now.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
I added Shadow Burn.
You know what's even crazy though? Like if you look at like your bars and my bars, like we would be pressing the same casts. Like I don't use 80% of the shit on my bars.
The only reason I added Shadow Burn is because it's on my mouse button, but like it was here, so that's where I set it on my mouse button.
Shadow Burn is actually a lot of damage, and you should be doing it as much as you can.
I know, but like I had to add it to this bar down here instead of up here.
Where's Seed at?
Seed was number 1, and then I moved it for Illidan kill. So let me go back. Seed's Affliction, right? Yeah. There we go.
Oh, you've been AF?
No. But Seed is an affliction spell. So there you go.
Yeah.
Seed, Shadowburn, Curse of Recklessness, or Doom, whichever one you need. And that's
like you literally can get away with Seed, Bolt, and Curses. Technically.
And then you did it. So that's how my Warlock has been going. And it's pretty chill though. GDKPs are like actually like Blizzard cracking down on GDKPs, or not really on GDKPs, but on organizations. Did you hear this?
Oh, the boosting stuff?
Yeah.
I wonder if that's because Bellier made that boosting video. I feel like Bellier made a big boosting video, and then Bellier Gaming did. Yeah, and then after that, he went and broke down the ins and outs. It was like a fucking murder gang documentary my wife would watch, but about fucking WoW and boosting. It was crazy.
Dude,
and
he's
then,
like,
a day later, they fucking banned everybody.
he's like, I'm gonna go in. So here's what I did: investigative journalism, Bellular. I paid $500 for ahead of the curve. You know.
Yeah, he went in there and he broke down. He went in. It was like infiltrated the fucking ranks of like this stuff. It was cool.
That's actually kind of crazy. Luckily, they said they did announce that, like, when they said they're targeting organizations who disruptively advertise across all realms and establish escrow services. But like, someone asked, would it include things like GDKP runs where players benefit financially from other people? And they said basically, like, it depends on the definition of financially. If it means an exchange of gold only without a middleman entity, then it sounds like the same sort of guild activities that players have been enjoying for the last 17 years, which is not the focus of this policy update. So ideally, it's not targeting GDKPs. I personally think GDKPs are just like it's fun. It's content. It's fun.
Oh, I get it, because you're technically boosting one person in the GDKP. I thought that was made more for arena and shit.
I think they're meaning middleman entity as specifically targeting like
Is that classic related or retail too? Is that everything?
this is
Like
everything.
a broad one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that might not be classic GDKP shit. I think that's like all the boosting problems
think they're
retail has right now with the arena boosting. This TCC has arena boosting, but retail has the boosting community it's insane, bro. The Mythic Plus boosting, the raid boosting, the boosting for pets, boosting for everything. That has to be what that's about.
If you log onto retail and go into like looking for group or whatever, like the only thing you see is boosting services.
Yeah, you have to get an add-on that blocks trigger words so you don't see them, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's cross faction. Remember, retail is, so you actually see the chats from everywhere. Speaking of cross faction, you saw that retail was going cross faction for like
I
raids
did
and PvP
see
and
that.
stuff.
What do you think about that?
Oh, that's a big deal. You cross faction Mythic Plus. That's a very big deal. It's letting people get more community, and I think that TBC should do something like that.
I think,
and then people wouldn't be worried about all these fucking realms. Being able to open up LFG bulletin board, bro, and then see like being able to do groups with anybody would be dope in TBC.
yeah, we wouldn't be stuck with the realm list we have right now. That's like so scuffed. Where it's like there's a couple realms that run basically everything. Firemaw is like the giga realm now.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was spamming BGs, and I kept saying, dude, every time I would do a BG, there was Benediction pre-made, and I was like, I was getting mad. I'm like, dude, every fucking time it's a pre-made Benediction, and we lose. And someone's like, yo, that's like the only alliance server.
It's literally.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's the only alliance server, pretty much.
Yep.
21,000. It's a banging ass server, probably too, to be honest.
It's probably
I don't
super
mind.
fun.
I don't like Faralina. I'm on Faralina. I don't mind this. If I want a PvP, I would go fucking move a character over there to World PvP. Like, I don't
It
play standard World
happened
PvP
so
anyway.
quickly though. Like Gehennis was this week where everyone transferred off. Faralina was like maybe a month ago. White Mane was like maybe a month ago. Like everyone was holding out, and they're like, "We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. We're not gonna leave." And then they
Grob
fuck
is the
everyone
real
left.
one right there, bro. Grob looks like so much fun. Well, playing on a Horde Grobulus sounds this as fuck right now.
PvP RP.
Well, I don't care about all that, but the fact that a little underdog Horde, I have a rogue over there that I'm working on.
Grobulus also has one of the coolest communities, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
They have
That's
like
so nice.
they have like a fucking like a newspaper that comes out. they throw on Grobchella.
Mob.
I straight up Grobchella's so sick.
Yeah, Grob Mob, baby.
Yeah. Like they have
If I had a choice, I'd move all my mains over there.
all of your mains.
Yeah.
But then you couldn't.
I would like. I'm thinking about Lich King. I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing for Lich King because I might go EU. I'm gonna go to whatever power guild there is, but I those servers they're so nice over there, bro. You enter it. Like a good example is I was trying to think of like how do I meet people on Faralina? I'm like, yeah, I do pre-mades with people from my chat who are on Faralina, but like when their people were in Grob, like they actually host big events and stuff like that. That'd be so cool to do that, especially because Faralina is so much Horde, you know, there's so many fucking people there, but the Discord's toxic and empty. Like it's like weird. It's like people meme Faralina for how or whatever. I don't know what's going on in Faralina and Classic. But now it's like Faralina is completely different. It's just like a bunch of PvE fucking raided guilds. You know what I mean? It's not even like people still shit talk it.
Yeah.
I just got here, so I don't know, but I'm vibing with it. I'm glad I can open up my LFG bulletin board and find a group within 5 minutes rather than not finding a group. You know, unless my guild's online or something.
Yeah, I think Faralina was just notoriously in Classic the streamer server.
Yeah,
it was the streamer server. It was like Asmongold was going there, Svan was going there, Stay Safe was going there. like
forgot
everyone
about that.
large was going there. So then like flocks went there, and then like you would watch like an Asmon stream for a second, and there was like hundreds of little like level 1s just following them around, and you're just like, how
Now
is
they all
that
left, they're on different
enjoyable,
servers.
dude? How is that fun? I mean, I'm pretty sure they still play, but they literally hard raid log
Price of fame,
and
bro.
then just like come in to swoop gear, right?
Price of fame, bro. Yeah, they did. I like that they're coming back though. I've been watching them play. It's pretty funny.
They straight up just come in, but they just like full swoop all the gear. It's, I mean, they're having fun, so I'm glad everyone's having fun, because this raid tier is really fun.
Yeah, that's how you look at it. It is fun. Even I think it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
ZA, I think ZA could be fun. You think ZA will be fun? Do you think they'll do some speed running for ZA?
There's definitely going to be speedruns for ZA. Mount sets are going to be a big thing. Probably like rocket boots into like slow falls are going to be cool.
Ooh.
You know, so we're going to see some cool stuff. Definitely with
Damn,
ZA.
rocket cloak. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you can rocket cloak hat all the way over. Oh yeah, you can do some stuff over there at the Tiger Boss, bro.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
So
fun.
we're gonna see a
I
lot
want
of
a
fun.
bear, bro.
It's
I
not
want
gonna
that bear, so I can zug bear in Warstone Gulch and just be on a big ass fucking bear.
Bear used to be so exclusive though, you know? Like
Why?
guilds used to sell bears for like 10k gold, which was like a fucking lot of gold then.
Why were they hard to get back in the day? It's fucking easy.
I'm
Are you
pretty
trusting?
sure there was only like a few guilds per server. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I'm pretty sure guilds, there weren't like, it wasn't nearly as accessible, and then like once it was gone, it was like gone. You couldn't get the bear anymore.
Oh,
Less time gained on boss kill. That would be sweet. Like make it more of a challenge, right? I think they could easily make it more of a challenge that way, and I think that'd be really, really fun to make it more exclusive. Because I don't know. I think a lot of people like going for things that are relatively exclusive, right? Like, or like that are more of a challenge. Like the challenge modes that they added, the like precursors to Mythic Plus. I think that was like so cool. They gave you these awesome cosmetics. If they did something like that, oh my god, that would be so fun.
When are we gonna go push back into retail, bro? What do you want when ZA comes out? When's 9.25 or whatever? When's 10.0?
I don't know.
I think we should come back before 10.0.
I'm
like months from now.
so under geared of retail.
Oh, bro, me too. I haven't done anything. That's the fun of it, bro. We do everything together.
It. All
You know, we
right.
just grind together. We get our gear together. We have a whole group of people that can come with us. Cosmo's gonna tank.
I mean, I'm
Still-
down.
still
I'm down.
Spider Blue said he'll heal.
Rep Paladin,
Mhm.
and Rogue. Actually,
Paladin
I don't
can
even
use
remember all that I have at level.
Rep
Yeah,
Paladin.
hey, this is the classic life. We like to live through classic.
Actually,
retail as
that's
well.
True, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, I was about to say. Actually, we said it was about retail, but we didn't. We said Lich King.
Yeah,
Well,
when are we
we will
gonna?
be
Yeah,
playing
when are we
retail,
gonna hop
and we will be
into
talking
Lich
about
King? You're
lightning.
you're banging on Lich King, right?
What do you mean win? I'm trying to be way prepared for that shit. I'm overly prepared.
Yeah.
I'm that's tomorrow's my Lich King day. Actually, today I'm gonna probably do some more PvP. I got raid tonight, Black Hyjal, and then yeah, do some Black Hyjal tomorrow's Old War tomorrow night. A lot of fun. Whenever you're ready to go over there is whenever you're ready to go. What I think it'd be cool to do over there is do, because Lich King is very raid friendly. PvE wise, it's gonna be kind of boring, I think, in my opinion. Besides, especially Nax, right? But you should PvP heavy in Lich King. That'd be a fun one. I mean, Lich King is different, right? Lich King is built different.
Yeah. Did I know that they announced
Right.
a PvP tournament recently? Finally. And
Oh, Pog, a title reward that none of us are gonna win because the same rank ones are gonna win it? No way. How cool.
Cow turns February 18th
I'll watch
through
the
20th.
shit out of this though. I love
Sign
this.
up
Yeah, hell
for
yeah.
your chance to earn the Vanquisher title and partake in classic PvP history. All right, let's look. Yeah, the classic arena tournament offline brackets are going to be the 12th and 13th of February, and then the 18th, 19th, and 20th are going to be the actual thing. I do like that they have a combined $10,000 or $100,000 prize pool. Like this is like finally a real prize pool. It's 3 tournaments in
Yikes,
season
100,000.
3 though. It's going to be long matches, which is cool.
It's gonna be
I think better
the
for
same
viewers.
group of ranks demolishing this the whole time.
Oh, 100%.
I can probably name who's gonna win. We could probably shoot this shit in the air and name 10 people and 5 people, and I bet you they're gonna win that, bro. That's gonna be very interesting to watch though. And more importantly, this is going to be a good time once again to see the private server PvPers against the retail PvPers. That's
true.
what I like to watch. So far, the retail keep winning. Yeah, the retail. No, Mirror's going to win. I don't know. I mean, he didn't win last time.
Mirror counts as a retail PvPer also. Like he's like multi-rank 1 throughout every expansion.
Yeah, some of them.
He's a god, dude. He's so good.
Yeah, some of them are like big, like have like Uzbeki or like Hydro and stuff that are more on the retail side. Mirror's a lot of TBC private servers though, so I'd almost put him still as a private server player.
Yeah. SN messaged his Blizzard contact directly about Mind Quickening Gem to not nerf it. Snuts and Chan.
I doubt that. I think
there was Mage Discord went all the mages, went crazy,
yeah, bro.
Right?
They shouldn't have nerfed it. They should have. What they did is right where it is right now.
Yeah, it was such a grief to go in and to nerf such an incredible item that's like so important just because it's overpowered in PvP.
Yeah. They had thousands and thousands of reports about that immediately when it came out. Dally was big on that. All the mages were huge on that. They were immediately on the throat about that.
Yeah, everyone was up in arms when that happened. I remember because they announced that, and I was in a Black Temple PCR raid with Chaotic, who likes to be. He's over there in the Mage Discord. If you're in the Mage Discord, you know Chaotic. He was not happy. But I think every mage was like this. It was such a grief, dude. It was the biggest. It was so grief. So I'm glad that I'm also glad that they're like removing items that were like they were fun and unique in season 1, but like also kind of frustrating and RNG heavy, like the engineering items and stuff.
I'm glad they got rid of that. The belt and
what
was the big one? It was belt and
the net, things like that. They also dazzling longsword and like just double rogue swords that you can just silence forever.
I didn't even know that all that was going on, so I'm kind of glad I didn't play season 1 and 2.
Yeah, there's a lot, there's a lot going on, and I think, but like really realistically, I don't know. I still like, this is kind of circling back, but I don't know if they get a massive draw into PvP unless they add dual spec where they can encourage more people to play it again. Like if you can't get more people to play the game again and to actually play that aspect, it's harder than for everyone to be as invested in watching. I think that's like, personally, if you want a
PvP, it's 100 gold a week. You can go to your raid, respec out the raid and PvP all week. If you're hard raid like me, example, I am the hardest of raid logging on my Warlock. It's insane, but I still play my Warlock during the week. It's just nothing PvE related, right?
Yeah.
So, besides my dailies, so I have raid, and then after raid, I switch to my SLSL, and then I don't switch back out of my spec until raid. And if you can't farm up 100 gold, and I know you can. I'm just not saying you specifically. I'm saying, objectively, like
people have like alts that like are on different servers, right? There's like PvPers that like obviously like a lot of rank 1s start, like shout out to my boy Josito. He just made a priest on Gehennis, and like when people want to play with other friends, they have to like obviously go to other servers. So when they start a character there, then it's kind of, it can be a little bit hard to have the time to do it. It's not hard actually, but you can absolutely go farm it.
It's not hard to do that.
It's not hard
to get 100. It's not hard to be able to fund in Josito Jones's place. He's not a PvEer. He's 100% PvPing right now. He doesn't need to respec.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, but the people who do raid, it's 100 gold. Now, obviously, talk about consumables. You guys still got consumables for raid, so it does add up, which I guess can suck if you're like on a tight schedule. I got to imagine that people like before when I had a normal job, I couldn't play all the time, so that does make sense. And it would be cool to add that. I just don't think that they're going to randomly add dual spec in the middle of the expansion. I don't think they're going to do that at all.
Perfect time.
It is the perfect time, but
halfway through the longest PvP season.
Right? That would be clutch. Like they already added the honor change, right? Imagine if they did. They did the honor change, right? Why not?
Right? Yeah.
Pair it up.
So
couple it up.
They're doing some things right, and I think that's absolutely doing something right. Like there's enough complaints. There was by far enough complaints early on about like how insane it was to actually farm arena gear, right? Like, and for a while, Blizzard has a tendency to kind of like sweep it under the rug, but now they're finally addressing it. But there was like, I remember at the beginning of season 1, people were calculating out like 800 hours or something insane, 400 hours to get fully geared before the season started. So like, It definitely takes a while, but
Still does.
I think
Yeah.
at least you're having fun, like, right? Like that's a part of the game that like I think people don't get to play, don't get to enjoy as much.
People always say it, and if you watch me do any of my BGs, I have fun doing it because you have to. That's how you have to play this game. This is World of Warcraft. This isn't the most fucking exciting game in the world, right? You have to make excitement out of it. You have to have fun doing it. And if I know that I have to spam BGs for a week or whatever to be able to do arenas, and have fun doing it. Just do whatever you can to have fun doing it. Laugh at it. Do whatever you need to do it. But it's not that bad. It's about twice as long. I've got maybe 40k on or 50k on in 2-3 days from 3 days of turn-ins, and not that many turn-ins, by the way, but a lot of farming, just doing straight BGs. And it's not that bad, man. There's a lot of people. The queues are instant until nighttime, and then it's like a minute. I'm talking instant for almost everything. If you queue for 3, like the big 3 or whatever, and by the time you get out of one pops again. It's just effortless until you're a Warlock and hit the shard farm, but you just go. And you just keep going. Good honor, you know what I mean? Going. And I've solo queued or plugged with like 2 or 3 friends from guild. I'm not talking about 100% of my games, and it was a lot of alliance pre-mades, but I'd say about half and half. You lose a lot of them. It's a slow grind, but it's still way better than what it was. And this is if there ever was a time for people thinking about getting to PvP, it's now, while everybody else has that same thought, and is no lifing BGs like this right now. It is packed. There's so many people doing it. If you wait, you never know. If you wait a couple more weeks or a month, the BGs aren't going to be they might not be 1 minute pops. You know what I mean? So now's the time to get whatever little, even on the weekends, you can get your entire set grinded out on whatever the BG weekend is on one weekend.
Yeah. I think it's a good time to like revisit that part of the game for a lot of people that didn't.
Yeah. Or if anybody who's wondering, like, if you've never, and what's fun is if you've never got into PvP, you might like it. Obviously, you see like snuts in them. Yeah, you're not going to be even fighting them anyway. Don't worry about that. Let's worry about where you're going to be fighting. Realistically, I'm not going to be fighting them. I know my range, right? I'm going to have fun in my range. It is a little fun aspect of the game that makes you a little bit better at the game. I think you can learn some stuff. A good example is there's a Warlock in my guild who has significantly gotten better over since I've been in the guild over like 6 months. And ironically, he started PvPing and when he started PvPing, he actually got better in game too. He started noticing his APMs, his actions per minute or whatever went up. His casts went up because that's the mentality you go into PvP.
Honestly,
so
I think
you too.
I think getting better at PvP is like can translate if you want to. There definitely are people that PvP and don't care to do PvE, so they like do the raids just kind of as like to get the gear, and zone out. And actually Jokered was here yesterday and we were talking about it. There's a hunter in his guild, or maybe in one of his pugs, that has like multi rank 1, but like was just like kind of zoning out during the raids itself. And like, but like if you PvP, that skill, if you care at all, right, can translate so well. Like it's so much harder to be a good player in PvP. You're always reacting, you're always changing what's happening, instead of like raids in PvE situations. It's not that hard. And like there's definitely ways to min max, and like the best PvEers are significantly better than most people, and it's like a small things, but it's a lot of like uptime and like placement and stuff that makes like these little differences that adds up really significantly throughout a raid. But like PvPers translate to PvE really, really well. So like it's definitely a skill that will make you a better player in general.
I agree. I like it. I'm having a lot of fun with it, man. It might be just kind of new too. I never arenaed in season 3 back in the day. I was just only doing season 1 and 2 on the private server, so it's something new to do. Viewership went down definitely, but I don't really care. I'm having fun doing it, man, and it's a lot of fun. And I want to do it in Lich King. I think it's going to be big in Lich King because arena objectively was cool.
Yeah, I think in Lich King, I'm pretty sure the meta is everyone go human for double PvP trinket. We'll see.
Thinking about it. Might go Horde or Alliance. So I'm thinking I don't know what I'm doing yet. I probably won't be with my guild for Lich King. I'm not sure if I'll be with Insidious. It depends on how. Probably not. I want to go really hard. So
yeah, as hard as you possibly can. I feel that. Mm-hmm. I think it's fun to push the boundaries of like being the best. I think currently one guild has dominated that throughout all of Classic. I think Overclock's coming in to put up some challenge. I think late phase this one, Noda's going to do some crazy things. I'm really excited to see where guilds turn out at the end of this phase, because this is like the first phase of like PvP.
Are you
competition.
Speedrunning? We will bakers. What's style baker? You will be okay. Like taking it serious.
The plan is to take it very serious. So
cool.
So we'll see. We're right now figuring out what our roster is gonna look like. We're doing splits right now, and then we will like settle in on taking it serious. So it'll be super fun. Like that speedrunning is like my favorite part of the game. I've said it before. Speedrunning is just my favorite part of the game. It's just there's so much to do. There's so much like uniqueness, and like you see someone do a crazy pull, or like you come up with this crazy strategy that like can save time, and then you look at it and like, oh, that actually was more risk than it was worth. That saved 6 seconds or something like that. And then towards the end of the phase, you go for everything. You literally are like, I don't care if it saves like 5 seconds overall. Like we're going for everything, you know? It's so fun. It's such a fun aspect. I'm glad you're in it, man.
I'm excited. I got raided tonight. Raiding a little bit. I'm actually pumped.
Yeah.
Push the limits. I'm pushing the limits.
Hell yeah.
I want hundreds everywhere. I'm not gonna get them, but I want them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, you already have 100, so you're already like up there.
Yeah, I kind of fucking half-assed T5. So
You already have the Archimonde 100 though. There we go, dude. What more do you need? How does it
I
feel?
think 13 more.
13 more, yeah, that's true. Already, Enthos already has.
You got
rank
100
1.
on a comma with a tier 5 2-piece 5-piece for Mage, bro. I heard about that fucking. Mage
Oh, you.
for it, bro, that's
So
crazy.
you can AOE everything, dude. Let's go.
You can reach everything. I thought you already could, like in the middle, but apparently you couldn't. Yeah.
You know, I haven't actually looked.
The comma, that's a good parse to get because I feel like that is one of the. I only got a 90 on it. I feel like that's gonna be a hard one because no, not hard. I guess now you got to be that one Warlock or that one Mage that gets the AOE because those Chinese guilds are gonna fuck this parse up, right? And you got to pull all the bottom up to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't do that shit. You know what I mean? So
there's always going to be that cheese is going to happen. Get the 100 now because wait 2 weeks and they're literally going to do everything they can to make one person get the 100. Like literally everything they can to give one person 100. Shout out to Rugs with the raiding party. Welcome, guys. Welcome, brother.
Yo, Rugsy, baby.
Our boy, dude.
Council's the one where I'm kind of like if I look at the whole parse thing, that's the one where it's like, as a Warlock, what do you do there? That's what I'm trying to think of.
Well, are you guys doing?
I'm on 3.
Are you guys doing the situation like? Are you doing? Your Warlocks are turning and attacking the Mage mob, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we switched to it. Yeah, I switched to it when the Magic Order is up.
Yeah.
Even then, it's just a shit fight, right? I gotta get I think it'll be. I haven't figured it out yet. It'll be fun though.
It is such a good fight for.
I'll be on Tongues Duty. I'm never on Tongues. I'm actually permitted. I approached my GM and I was like, "Yo, look, we've been switched. So we pretty much switched Warlocks on Doom, so it's fair for everybody." And I went up to him, I was like, "Yo, I'm 160 something spell power above that other lock. I'm gonna need you to keep me on Doom, bro. Like, I love it. I'm glad to switch, but now it's getting to the point where because it gets to a point where you shouldn't switch. You really should have one. There is that one Warlock you have. Every guild has that one Warlock, maybe more if you're lucky, who's just kind of like doing a little bit more, like pump a little bit more. Those couple Warlocks, let them Doom and let the other bottom one curses back and forth until they fucking catch up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might be mean for saying that, but I think so.
What do you guys do right now? Roll? Do you roll for it?
No, we just switch. No, now we don't. Now me and another lock just sit at Doom and the other ones because we're like, I went and farmed my season 3 weapon. I'm like, I'm geared. I'm already got all the gems upgraded. Like I'm sweating, right? So like I'm not putting up Curse of Wreck if I'm sweating. Like I'm 150 something spell power over the next lock.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Let's go, dude. Yeah, Warlocks on this fight. It's Warlock top DPS is 1900.
Can you see it? 1900.
1900.
Maybe a shitty one, bro.
It's a hard fight for locks to do insane damage, right? Like the top was like a warrior with like 3k. There's gonna be a lot of cleave on that fight.
Fucking course Sherlock's bitch ass is up there.
In my raid yesterday, our other hunter in there with me got their like rank 5, and he pumped. Okay, let's see. The tier 5 set can just AoE literally everything down. Oh, and you guys grabbed everything. Yeah.
Oh, that didn't get wait. Oh, that's from the bottom floor though. Yeah. Oh, no, that's from the top. That's from the pre-ads.
Yeah, that's pre-ads.
They didn't take that out of logs. Did they include those trash into the logs? Whoever did this.
I actually haven't looked at the logs yet for this fight because at first it was scuffed and it would always say like you wiped on the fight.
That's a speed. Yeah. Well, I figured. Yeah, but I was wondering. I thought it would. So that didn't count towards your parse though.
No.
What does the T5 2-piece do? What does it just range?
Yeah, it increases the range.
That looks so dope. That looks cool. How it like
just
bounces
jumping
over
and
there.
hitting literally all of them.
I think I'm gonna change my MSBT to the fucking this one just so we can see more.
He's actually doing 7.5k DPS, like hard destroying everyone.
That's hilarious.
Gets the innervate and just keeps going.
And got
dude.
his fucking 100 parts out of it. Now you never. This is going to be one of those fights where you know how there's a fight you have where you like never have problem parsing on. This is going to be that fight for me, for casters. I think you're just never going to have a problem parsing on this fight.
Yeah, you just go through and you seed, and you enjoy it.
Focuses back to the middle. Look at him pump. Nice.
Yeah.
Bet you his grimy ass was fucking spamming AoE and AE instead of hitting the boss too, huh? I want to do that so bad. When all the mobs come in there and they're like, "Don't touch the boss," I'm like, "No, bro."
Dude, it's that's a fun fight for that's definitely a fun fight. For that sake, if you do it like full normally, it's like a joke, right? The most like simple of fights, but being able to like seed or AE spam, it goes down so fast. What's actually your favorite fight so far in this tier?
Akama has always been my favorite. Yeah,
even before.
Yeah, Akama. Before it was my favorite one. Like on private servers, it was because we'd be seating for 2 minutes, like a minute and a half straight, dude. That fight would take forever.
Yeah,
you could literally get a doom off on those ads. So what you did with the dooms and the seeds and agonies kind of actually made a difference. I would probably say Supremus is a very fun fight because there's a lot of movement in terms of moving and stuff.
That's my least favorite fight.
Well, yeah, because you have to do stuff. I know. That's everybody's worst because they have to do stuff. I like having to do stuff. It's more fun to me to do stuff.
It's because like it's a lot of like what is the most I can like pump without thinking he's gonna turn around and slap me. And like that's how it's gonna be the top parses. And then also for speedruns, it's gonna be like how little can we move him? You know, speedruns it's always gonna be how little can we move him? It's the most RNG fight. And I think any like speed run is going to be like, that's where you can like just casually someone will die. Like, can we keep DPSing? You're dead, you know?
I said earlier, I'm dying every single week from after Prog on Supremus. Because Supremus I played super safe on obviously Prog. So I'm dying every fucking week.
You're like, I don't care.
I'm just going to sit there and gamble until I get it, bro. You have to. I don't care.
Yeah?
I'm going to gamble until I get it, bro. Because I still don't know if it's going to turn and hit me, bro. I'm so scared.
Worth it, though. You know? Might as well, man. Might as well. I think, honestly, trying to think of what I think my favorite fight is, and I don't know. I really like the Illidan fight, but it's really frustrating to wipe on over and over again, and I think that won't happen for too much longer. But like for some reason, it's really easy for some tanks to get hit by the blue beam. The slow eye beam.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just like, you're just like, every time that happens, whenever you wipe as a hunter and you don't get a feigned death off, you're just like, this is so much gold. Like, you have all of your scrolls, you have all of your elixirs, you have everything rolling, buffs, food buff for your pet, and you're just like, why, dude? I think I went through 5,000 gold this week. Not even joking. It was a rough week for gold.
If you had one piece of advice for parsing on a lock would be, I would say for parsing on a lock, probably placement. If you're talking about straight boss parsing, I would probably say your placement and your casting. You need to stand still and cast Shadowbolt. I mean, stupid thing to say, as much as you can. Even little stutter step movements people will do sometimes, just like real quick, do it in between casts. Like, don't do that. Hold still, plant your feet, pump. I mean, it sounds stupid to say that, but that's kind of all the Warlock is. Knowing the placement ahead of time, knowing if you can imagine how you would finesse Olar, how you knew Olar went clockwise and you kind of sit in the middle. If you can imagine trying to find that sweet spot everywhere, right? And spamming Destro Pots on any fight that you have any kind of taps on. And these fights are short enough to where I got away with Destro Pots almost on all the fights. Almost. Not all of them though.
I think that's huge
placement.
For any sort of ranged, I think is just like your placement. The least amount of movement you have to do is all the least amount of downtime. And that just means you're casting more, right? So like every fight, if you never have to move for any fight, you can pump harder. As simple as that actually is, it adds up a lot. And that's another thing for speedruns that's like always staying ahead. It adds up a lot for overall damage, is like being ahead where you can get one more seed out, or like if you're a hunter, you need to be kind of near the front because you need to drop an explosive trap. And if you don't, that's so much damage on overall. Yeah. It really adds up. So placement is probably, That's huge for all classes.
We do have a lock talk coming up here. I'm gonna start bringing lock talk back. We had to get some new. I think I was just talking to Alive, and Alive's not even playing TVC. You know, a couple of the other 2 mods I have there, I don't think they've cleared yet. So I was just talking to Chairlock. I'll get me and Chairlock and maybe like one other person and do some episodes or something. Help you guys out.
Lock talk is back, boys. Get ready for it. And then who do I think should get Glaives, Hunter, or Rogue? I don't care.
Hunter
Everyone.
or Warrior?
Or Warrior, Rogue, yeah.
I would say Warrior if you're doing any kind of speed running, right? Obviously, Cleave. And I would say Rogue if you're not doing any of that, and if you're in like a parsing guild, I guess. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter that way. But I think it makes a bigger difference on a Warrior if you're fucking speed running or doing any kind of stuff like that. I think that goes hand down. I don't think anybody argue with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't
and
think
if you're not doing speed runs, flip a coin. I don't.
Any speedrunning guild doesn't have the question, right? Like any speedrunning guild doesn't even have that question. So then that's where like the thing kind of comes down to is like whatever your guild prefers. You can make an argument for both classes pretty easily.
Yeah, and
so
we don't say you're speed running, and you guys are saying speed running, and you're top fucking 200 type shit, and you're a speed running guild, and I'm talking like you guys are actually taking it serious. So a good argument someone had was if you are a casual guild, if you're just like a super casual guild, just hanging out with friends and enjoying it, and you got like a badass rogue PvP or something, you know what I mean? And you're just like, oh, you guys are the same, whatever, rogue PvP. But I feel like even that would be like you have to have like a ranking. If you have a ranking rogue, because it is huge for a rogue in arena. If you have a ranking rogue, and you guys are in a casual PvE guild, then yeah, you can kind of edge that out towards there. You're gonna piss the warrior off, but you could. But at the same time, also look how many.
Dude, they're dropping so much.
They're dropping so much. I'm not just saying it either. It's not out of the realm of the raw possibility to see a couple drop.
Like you're for sure. I think everyone's gonna get it. Actually, Fusion ran a rogue in their first run, mainly for the skip of Blood Boil. They skipped all of Blood Boil's trash by having a rogue engage the boss, and then a priest casted like Fortitude on the party, and the boss came through the gate, like the closed door. So they skipped literally all of Blood Boil trash.
What?
Yeah. I think Overclock did it as well. I think Overclock did it as well. So, but like that's something you can only see in world first runs, right? Like that won't be allowed in speed runs because there's gonna be trash requirements.
Oh, there's so much trash that even we skip that we're not gonna go skip anymore. Let alone the bigger guilds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
ROS, I would say is probably the most fun fight because that's one of those ones where you can just tune out. Just pump, dude.
Or
I'm gonna do
yourself.
too. I played super safe, like I didn't doom phase 2. I'm dooming every fucking time. Now it's to the point where I'm going parses. I'm just gonna be.
You're like, how hard can I pump?
Move to the left. Spam that fucking shadow bolt, bro, until that shit turns pink with the number 99. Because let's be real, they're not gonna be 100.
Just set it on your scroll wheels. Easy.
Yeah, but my scroll wheels permanently fucking. I don't even know what mine does now. Actually, that's a good idea. I have a foot pedal that I used to have a foot pedal that had a foot pedal for my shadow bolt.
Really?
Yeah, I used to on private servers. Yeah, my foot pedal broke, but yeah. The 3 button, one was push attack, one was seed, and one was shadow bolt. Well, I just like this.
That's how you play. You're like,
I swear to God, bro, the foot down. We could meme about it and see how many times I could scroll the wheel because I had a lock on my mouse where you could press the button, it will unlock the wheel, and the wheel will scroll freely, like freely.
Yeah,
I could spin it and get 27 shadow bolts out. I would spin it and just go like this and then back and use
those are the
shadow bolts out.
Those scroll wheels are little known secret, but a lot of people, not a lot, some of the top warriors in Classic would bind like cleave to that, and they would just have cleave basically be perma bound, and you're just cleaving as you're just moving quickly. So they're clutch, dude.
Yeah. Pretty dope, bro. Only have 3 lock saws on tongues for the start. Yeah, we're doing tongues everywhere. Not me, but someone else. The town Archimonde where players have protection at Loon buff is going to be removed from Archimonde. This means that the fight will end at 10%. Oh, that's cool. Instead, it will. Wait. What is it doing now at 10%? Fight is over it. You mean the fight literally time cuts off at 10%? That'd be kind of cool.
As the fight is in its process of being rebuilt. Oh no, when did they just say that?
That'd be kind of cool. Stupid part of the fight anyway, right? What? So just they can cut off.
Just a comment right now.
So they would just limit the.
So you just
What's
the
the point
fight
of
ends
that?
at 10%, but right now the logs don't count anything past 10% anyways. Oh,
Oh.
on logs. Let's see. Or is it in their Discord?
Mm.
It might be in the logs Discord. The damage doesn't count anyways though afterwards.
Yeah, after the 10% doesn't.
Yeah. So that's good. The fight just ends. Like it's over. Which even on like details, it wasn't like showing your DPS go down or up. Your
It just
DPS
stopped.
wasn't even moving. So that's good.
Kind of like any of that too. Same thing happens with like council at the end. You'll notice like they'll get a 1%.
The time cutoff, yeah, for speed, yeah. Yeah.
You not parses. Okay. The recall is complete. The historical range will be expunged and rebuilt. That'd be dope. I'd be down to do that. I'd be down for them to do like a whole different log system for after
All right.
prog. There's so much, since there's so much stuff you can do on prog that you can't do like normally because they changed stuff. That'd be dope if they literally had, all right, these are the prog ones, but this is actually the real ones, you know?
Yeah. I think progression is always interesting, right? Like you get your timings from progression, but like obviously they'll set like the like full raid clear times later once they establish what the all requirements are. So it'll be fun.
They did do that. They changed ours. We went from like 19th to 17th. I didn't notice it until just now.
Really?
My guild, they're like, yeah, you're late. We already figured it out. Yeah, that's what people told me. They're like, yo, the rankings always change a little bit because they, the people who like didn't do all of Archimonde, like stopped at Archimonde. There's people who stopped at Archimonde and went clear back Nibble so they get a higher replacing. But then that just like corrects itself when they fix it.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job with Warcraft logs. They're really proactive
I love
there,
it.
and they're crushing.
People hate on it, but imagine what would you guys be doing without it? Bro? Raiding would be even more boring. It might not be boring to the people who don't like it or don't like parsing, but a majority of the people do like logs. You know what I mean? It gives us raiders something to less on I'm better than you, and what about helping your fucking guildies out, helping people get better at the game and compare logs and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess I haven't noticed the difference yet with overall damage. But like, yeah, just mages absolutely dominating overall damage, of course.
100%.
Like,
yeah.
But boss and trash damage is just such an important thing, I think, for speedrunning usually. And so I think it's really cool that they're again adding like a time, like
we're
counting
gonna change
time.
that, bro. There's a secret trinket that I hope changes this. I want to be there. I need to get it though.
That changes this to warlocks.
Gotta farm it. Yep. Well, not all warlocks, right? You gotta get it. It's like a hard trinket to get. I can't just get it. You gotta like wait. It's a timed boss trinket. Like ZG. You know what I'm talking about?
The Renataki trinket.
Mm-hmm.
What does it do?
Think. Use your fucking classic brain.
But I don't know what the
It's
warlock one
annoying to
does.
get. That's annoying to get. It's very annoying to get.
Is that the one it's called? Renataki's. Okay. Warlock trinket. Hunter trinket. Let's
Is it?
just show me all of the Renataki trinkets. Alright. Charm of Trickery is the amazing one. Alright, this is it. Increases critical hit chance of your destruction spells by 10% for 20 seconds. But Seed of Corruption is...
Seed trinket.
Seed of Corruption's...
Is it only a destruction spell?
Yeah, it says destruction spells.
So then our mage who told me about that is about to be heartbroken. Our mage is like a big theory crafter. He's like, yo, I found this trinket that would be destruction spells and it works for Seed of Corruption. He claims it works right
He
now.
claims it works?
He says he's
Maybe it
using
does.
right now in my Hyjal and it works, bro. Swear to God.
If it works, that's nuts, dude. 10% from one trinket? Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Especially on like Mount Hyjal. It's just obviously AoE cap situation.
Yeah.
This is like something different, right?
If
That's
that
working
works,
now.
it's changed in TBC? Okay.
Did it change in TBC? Well, it should be. What does it say? Is that the TBC data? Well, yeah,
No,
you're
this
on.
is
Are you on
classic.
TBC? Okay, click the TBC one. Does it change?
Yeah. Increases spell critical strike rating by 140.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
there we go.
There you go.
All right.
You're welcome, boys. Now this is obviously just I just went through one. Imagine a wave. I went through one wave. Quags went on cooldown to my wave with blade. Switched out to my crit blade. Switched out to my different trinket. That one went on cooldown. Third wave's up. Quags is still ICD. You can get that back on ICD and you can swap this on. Use it. Come back 2 minutes
That's
later.
so clutch, actually. How much is 140 crit rating?
22, about 23 times 20, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. I don't know, 6%, I think, without actually using a calculator.
All right. It's what, 22?
140 divided by 23, yeah. This is Garbo? No, it's not, bro. What are you talking about? Think about a Warlock, bro. What are you talking about, bro? If you think this is trash, you do not know what you're talking about. I love you.
For you don't know Warlock. Set, this is actually kind of crazy. Damn, that's awesome. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's awesome.
Broken for a seed set. Obviously, it's Garbo if you look in terms of it's a 3-minute cooldown, yes. But when you're a Warlock, you're not looking in terms of that. You're looking in terms of how can I maximize as much damage as I can.
Yeah, it's just
Quags is on cooldown. I can't use Quags. It's our best seed trinket, right? That's on Quags. Swap another trinket on, right?
You can use this on a lot of...
I don't need to use it. You can just because I haven't used it doesn't mean that I don't know how good something is. Did you hear me say that a mage in our guild used it as well? And also me knowing that what 140 fucking crit rating does? Why I'm spamming seeds?
Yeah, you're
swapping trinkets.
Yeah,
bro. Miss me. I know the fuck how good that is. You don't got to use them. That's like I'm not using Skull or Zardoom right now. You're not using Glaives right now, and you know Glaives is good. The fuck, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, on trash, I'm swapping trinkets.
Yeah, you're swapping trinkets quite a bit.
Every pack of my ass room. If my stoner brain remembers it, every trash pack, I literally am using. I literally look at my VOD. I'm literally swapping every fucking trash pack.
I might have to go farm this.
It's an annoying farm. I still don't know how it works. Like a CG, like you have to get certain one. Yeah,
yeah. So they
just still gonna be number one. I know they really are too. That's
4 days ish. I think it's 4 days. The bosses changes in there, so you have to kill each of the bosses once and get a drop item from them. So you have to kill every boss at least once. And there's 4 bosses. So it takes like 2.5 weeks. So it'll be crazy. It'll be good. This trinket used to be insane for rogues back in the day. It was unreal. You could just clap anyone.
Magicals, I love. I don't have Sextant. I fucking want Sextant so bad. I love Schaefer's actually. That procs all the fucking time. It feels like, doesn't it? I love that's actually glued to my seed set until I get Sextant.
I bet you could
run Schaefer's Quacks on cooldown, swap to my fetish or whatever. Oh yeah, it's so nice. I know I don't have Sextant. I like, dude, Schaefer's pops all the fucking time. It's so nice. Yeah, it's crazy. And you just swap it in and out. I have some good shit. I want Sextant so bad. I almost want to GTKP it, bro. That's such a good fucking trinket for the trash and Black Temple too. The Sextant, it would be like permanently on me, bro. Besides when it's on the, yeah, dude, exactly. It's so nice.
45-second cooldown, and it's basically always proc. That's a lot of.
I don't really like TLC. I used TLC on a shit ton on the PTR, and I didn't like it, bro. It wasn't doing that much damage at all. Like,
wow.
1.5% or something like that when I over like whatever else I had. Granted, yes, if you're full AoE captain or you're not going to get any value out of something like this, I almost want that. For me, it did more than Sappers. Ooh, damn. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know how I would be doing something wrong with that. That's crazy. Yeah, I have it. I just didn't even use it on proc because of it. Because I was on PTR and I was like, dude, this is like not doing what it's doing.
The Ashtong trinket is so ridiculous, though, right?
Dude, it's just unfair, bro. You got mage trinkets are broken in the entire game. Go look at the Warlock trinket, black fucking book compared to whatever the fuck you guys got, bro. What?
Dude, 145 perma spell haste on AoE.
That is fucking broken. No ICD. That's why it's broken. Yeah, yep, exactly. No ICD. What's the Warlock one do?
Literally unreal. Let me see if it's on here.
Is yours good, or is Mage the only one with a good class trinket?
Rogue one is actually really good, or Hunter one is actually really good. I don't know what it's called. Let's just look. Talisman, Ashtong Talisman. Show me all of them. Bing,
I looked it up. It's just ass. I looked it up earlier. I just didn't remember what it
Each time your corruption deals damage, it has a 20% chance to get you 220 spell damage.
I bet you Affliction could work something out of that, maybe.
Hunters get steady shot has a 15% chance to proc 275 attack power.
Go back to that Warlock one. Was it? What did it say? Each time, or you have a chance? What was the chance?
Each time corruption deals damage, you have 20% chance to grant 220.
So I wonder if that doesn't have a ICD either.
For 5 seconds, it doesn't. You can see it. Like it would say a timer, or it should say a timer here on Wowhead.
I mean, that might be kind of nice for Affliction if you think about it. I don't know how you'd have to go over Quags or whatever else you're using, but that wouldn't be that bad. If it's procking a 20% chance on every single corruption pop, no ICD, yeah, that wouldn't be that bad. It doesn't seem like it'd be.
Yeah.
Farming the trinket, BRB. Yeah. Wait a minute.
And this
Garbage.
probably have
Dust water garbage
100%,
for fucking
almost
Destro.
100% uptime for hunters. Really close.
It has
So
a 50% chance to. Is it good? Like, do you use it?
yeah, this is. I mean, single target Sims almost as good as Madness. They're like very close.
What?
Yeah.
Yep. Once again, Warlock's just fucked on trinket. That's cool.
Mages get such a ridiculous trinket, dude.
Well, I
That's
mean, yeah,
crazy.
would we use skull? Would mages use skull over that Ashton trinket?
Not
the
on
Ashton's
trash.
AoE
Well, yeah,
trinket.
I
Yeah,
guess.
AoE trinket. Yeah. Only good if you never use arcane shot or multi shot. The hunter one, okay.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on KT trinket for hunter and BT Sarthe?
KT trinket for hunter. You don't end up rocking it. The attack power 150 attack power doesn't actually get applied to a buff to your pet on that trinket, so you actually don't end up using it on hunter. It's more of like a warrior thing. Rogues have if you have DST and you have Warp Spring Coil is like such a crazy trinket. As survival though, ooh, good question. You know, I didn't think about that. You could totally rock it as survival. Yeah, I could see it having a lot of play as survival for sure. I'm sure the Hunter Discord has gone crazy into it, and Veramos probably has some insane info on it. So shout out to Veramos, but no DSC. Oh, you have DSC? Yeah, I would. Yeah, if you have those, I would go for it as survival. Although you could like just if you want to like buff your raid, you could just be like the like cheesiest and go with like agility. No, I wouldn't though. That's so cheese and it's so lame and it's not good for you. Yeah, you could totally rock it. You could totally rock it. Yeah. Madness or bust. I've seen 2 madnesses so far, I think.
We had one drop on thing. We had that and Sivas drop actually. Prog.
We had Sivas drop also.
That's all we got though. We didn't really get.
But not on the main run. So we had Sivas drop yesterday, and I said pass.
There you go.
Let's go.
Why? Because you're waiting for madness, you sneaky fuck.
No. I'm not. Madness is going to Warriors. There's no chance I'm getting it until like we have like 4 Warriors with it. But it was on my ult, and I'm like, I'm not gonna take that on my ult. I want it on my main.
There you go. Oh, big brain plays.
Yeah, I was like, nope.
I hope some loot drops. It'd be cool.
Give that away. It went to Dolly. Dolly got it.
I feel like something should drop it. A good piece of cats. Look at skull, doom, something kinky, so I can get it, please.
Yeah, dude.
I'm up for loot. I want something.
I feel like it's your time.
Been a while. I'm just kidding. It's not been a while. I'm full biz. It's not been a while, bro. I'm trolling. The guild is very nice to me, and I'm just gonna allow that to happen.
Yeah, I
I'm not gonna complain about the guild being nice to me.
Because you're still with Insidious, right? And pumping
them the boys, man. Them the boys, bro.
Shout out to Insidious, dude.
I'll ride out the rest of the time with them just because I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't like going guild to guild. Lich King, I want to figure out if I want to try to go super ham hard Lich King. If I'm not doing some progress type fucking overclock shit for Lich King, there's like no point in pushing PvE at this point, right? No one cares that you're 20th, 19th, 15th, you know? They only care about that top 5. If I am not going to do that for Lich King, I think I'll probably hard focus something else like PvP since that'll be bigger or something, you know? It'd be fun.
Agreed. I think this would be really fun.
You and I should play together for sure, though. We got to figure that out. Make sure we're in the same raid or something, bro.
Yeah, I want to play Lich King
content
so bad.
with a capital K.
Well, I'll download the Lich King private. I'll download the Lich King.
I meant like in Lich King when actual Lich King comes out, we got to play together. Like,
yeah.
Be in the same raid and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we will. We'll be at wherever the biggest pump is possible.
Yeah.
And rogues are good. Rogues are back.
And I'm a warlock, so you can actually we can be best friends because the trick's a trade, bro.
Yeah.
Like we're besties, you know.
There we go, dude.
That'd be fun, man. We can practice. Also, it's one thing we can practice PvP way ahead of time too. So when a game comes out, we can just go clap mode, you know.
And we have dual spec.
Fun, plus content, you gotta learn, right? Get that hunter rogue. Get some content made ahead of time. Especially during the lull, bro.
Dude,
you know what I mean? We got a lull right now, dude.
No, that's gonna be ZA. ZA is gonna be the lull, and I'll be hard playing Wrath Lich King.
I think once ZA comes out, that's when TBC will lose some numbers. Lose a healthy amount of numbers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
obviously, well, not
a
right away
whole
because of the bear, but
phase.
maybe before that. To be honest, I think like in a month or something like that. People are gonna get all hyped up because so many glaives are dropping. Especially now that so many glaives are dropping, bro. I feel like that's
Dude.
a bad move, if anything, because now people are gonna be like, "Oh, got my glaive, bye."
Dude,
next week.
we're gonna see people quit. We're gonna see people get glaives and quit. Absolutely, every guild's gonna be like,
They didn't get that shit because it's best for them. They got that shit because it looks because it's glaives.
Yeah.
It's
they've
war
wanted
glaive.
it for them. It's not even for the guild. It's like I've always wanted glaives. Actually,
Mhm.
yeah.
I want one. I want to see if I can fandangle one on my warrior. Fun. Probably should play my warrior at some point. I've got
Yeah.
an 80 warrior that not 80, but a 70 warrior that's just sitting there. I haven't touched once.
Yeah,
Just boosted with blacksmithing. I haven't touched him. I'm pretty excited. I don't know when I'm gonna play him. I don't know what to do with him.
dude, I'm 62, so I'll be there soon.
There
Warriors
you
are the
go. I'm on
best.
some. What server are you on?
Gehenna's though.
Yeah, I'm on some. I want a white main. Bro. I want a random.
You're on
server.
White Main, dude. I have
Yeah.
characters on White Main. That was
I'm
my
on white
server.
main. I wanted to get off. I want to try a horde
Classic.
server that was like not Fairlina, you know. Yeah, I want to meet some people. I like meeting people, man.
All right,
And white main's supposed to be a good server.
White Main's it's a good server.
No fucking
Um,
idea what I'm doing with fucking warrior and seeing how much our Fury warriors died and how much I die in raid. Oh yeah, bro. You can expect many Fury deaths.
Warriors are about to have the most fun phase. Well, I guess next
Mhm.
phase, but Warriors are about to have so much fun, man.
And before
Oh,
I main
yeah.
swap, what's up? All
like-
right, brother. What else we got? Is that it? Do we hit all points today?
I think so.
I love these. These are so
Um,
fun.
Yeah. Thank you, obviously, for coming on the show as always, because I mean we do it together.
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, thanks for showing up. Thanks for not
Every
having COVID.
week. You see that,
Um,
boys? 3 weeks in a row. We're on it, bro.
We're
Every
doing
week,
it,
every
dude.
Tuesday. Yeah. We
Um,
did last week. We know it was on Wednesday on purpose because it was the day before raid. We did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday, bro.
But every Tuesday, guys, every Tuesday morning, we're going to be doing the Classic Life podcast. We sometimes will have special guests, sometimes it'll just be us. But thank you guys for coming and tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be covering everything from TBC, Season of Mastery, Wrath of Lich King, and other games. We might talk about retail. We'll talk about everything we want to talk about
At
for
the
the
end
most
of the day,
part.
it is a gaming podcast.
Yeah.
We're just heavy on classic since we are playing classic. Eventually, that in a year or something, this will be
Yeah,
something.
what
else.
if we hate Classic in a year? Then you will too.
There you go. Yeah. Another thing is, any ideas you guys want for some episodes? We're always down to do them, man. We're always down. Just hit up one of us in the chat. Let us know.
Yeah.
This is fun to us.